Yo.
I'm just, you know, it's nothing. Yes, nothing.
Sometimes you gotta pedal so you can cycle.
Yeah, no, but listen, I'm having my own little crusade against this. You know, if you don't win your shit, you know, it's the same treatment Falcons is getting. It's the same treatment MOUZ is getting. I think it's very impressive to be arguably the most consistent team in the world outside of Vitality. So yes, I agree. It would be nice if MOUZ changed, but I'm not bored by the fact that they're consistently better than pretty much everyone else.
It's good to be good.
It is. Oh, stop it now. That's enough.
Got more cliches? All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Mirage.
Woo! Okay, I am really excited for this matchup. I think the scene has been beautifully set by the panel. And FUT shoot hard.
Yes, confirmed.
So we're going to see if they can shoot their way into a pistol win.
Cop this one, right? 9 out of 14 series this year, they have picked Mirage.
Okay, a home turf. But
B's
believe it or
empty,
not,
Alex.
the young aimers...
Yeah, B's empty. You don't have to shoot them if they're not here.
But the young aimers love Mirage. Jimmy has found a real gift there, hasn't he? Just taps off the head of Lawrence.
Well, they were playing retake, so things get even easier. They have 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a HE for the retake.
Oh, and they've even got a nice smoke, so you're either running into Demon's Glock. Oh, it's a horrible feeling. Short must play first. Surely, yeah. Torshi's boosted up and looking. Spots Krabeni, does put him down to 1 HP, and a nade could very likely finish him off with a bit of trap. No, Cemetery takes heavy damage. Jugs removes Zershan from the market side. Spinks advancing, does need to find it, but caught by Krabeni. Went right on time here, MOUZ. Nice shot again from Krabeni on that 1 HP. He's got 2 kills. Insane output on that low HP.
No chance for Brolin.
Oof, god damn.
Also, while we have him on screen, another important fact, it'd be, I would say this will be the biggest win for FUT. Contextually speaking, obviously they've beaten FURIA, but this one would book them in the playoffs, right? So that's huge. And Lonks, Romanian.
One of the two.
Means a lot for him.
Yeah.
Have Navi up a little bit later today. And we'll have Emma in the server. You know, you get that freebie right there. Good output from Jugs. You can see him just jumping and wiggling while flashed, hoping not to go down. And then Krabeni, good output after that low HP. So there's the pistol round. Let's see how much more they can get. And here's the force for MOUZ. 2 Famouses, 3 MP9s, and a little jaunt up mid. Nobody tending to this at the moment, at least not from top mid. It's through underpass with 2. And 3 ready to come out a ramp.
I like the call. It isn't going to be a fun fight for Lonks. Famas at range.
No head armor.
4G profiting. Okay, Krabeni has been spotted as well.
Still trying to go through the motions.
There's flooding his way though. You've got access to the site granted. CT will be on side shortly. Oh, Torji a little ahead of the play there. Just goes walking through the smoke and enables a clawback. Jimmy, however, has done very well. That mid-range spray, and look at those MP9s shredding. Important from Cemetery. Jimmy does put him down eventually, and Krabeni last seen mid.
He doesn't know he's being flanked right now. Oh, this is tough. Wow. I don't see how Krabeni wins this.
It does feel almost impossible, doesn't it? Jimmy's position is just so sound. He's done a lot in this round.
You're not clearing this.
You're not clearing it. Jimmy just, I mean, positionally incredible. Gets himself the round. 4 MOUZ, 3 kills deep. Yeah, and they are going to bring the energy today.
Well, this is the thing. They're not playing Vitality. That's why every man and their dog would say they'll win this one. And again, this is not to discredit FUT. I'm enjoying the story too. The team you're seeing on screen of MOUZ was once upon a time the Academy team talk, right? That's what everyone was about. Oh, MOUZ NXT. Before that, I guess you had Gamma Youngsters.
Yeah.
Now you have Navi Academy, aka FUT. And they're exciting. They're fun to watch. They've got some... This is the problem I have. I would like to see MOUZ not bring the energy and just take care of business. Can you save the energy for Vitality?
Act like Mongols when they're winning.
Yeah.
You know?
Act like this is nothing.
Yeah.
It is obviously something.
Certainly
they are the reigning champs here in Cluj.
But you are undoubtedly, you know, playing as the favorite here.
It just, I just hate the contrast. I guess it's hard to have energy while you're losing.
He's got this under lock and key. Demon tracks his head nicely. You do get a headshot from the Cemetery Deeg, and then maybe Jugs can find himself a couple. He's done very well. Falls into the clutch for Torji. Surely he can save MOUZ here, but it's an orb. It could go wrong. It could so easily go wrong. Cemetery incapable with the M4 on stairs. Torji tries to investigate the smoke to no avail. Lets them play.
I will go down. Torji, do you really want to give away the AWP right now?
Bomb has been planted.
Fight comes your way, sure, but he's giving this one a look.
Jugs is Deagle already 2 kills deep, and Symmetry's relayed the info is top ticket. They're playing for the round here.
Has to save.
So disconnected, and that is the end of the round.
Okay, just a couple of Deagle
Wow.
shots there. It felt like that one was insurmountable for FUT.
It did. I mean, you know, it kind of all fell into place. Losing the short player, Symmetry hits that distracts. Jugs manages to adjust. And he might lose the AWP here. I mean, it's not going to be easy.
He's
to hit
pinned
this
in.
shot.
He's pinned in.
Ooh, it's not good. It's not great. It's an AWP down. A free upgrade available. Thank you very much. Wow, okay.
Force by Walls will continue. MOUZ will buy back in and continue to battle for the economic control right now, but that's a tough one. It's interesting, right? Because that fight that comes in from Jugs, we're going to catch it in the replay. This is great from Symmetry. It goes, okay, well, 2v4 seems unwinnable. Now, because they're low HP, scuffs the shot. Brolin strafes out to guard Exertion. He's low, a stray bullet, and then a clean one. It's that second one to Exertion that's the difference maker. But here it is, the buyback in. M4 Famous, upgraded pistols, and the Scout. And it's great to see already showing a little bit of tenacity our FUT, right? Being able to win the Force buys back.
And a convincing pistol as well.
So if you can get out on top of this one, you can start to lay down the law. Waltzing into B behind the AWP and leading the way, the bomb. So I feel like they're committing.
Yeah, big rotation on, you know then. Oh, that's what MOUZ do too.
We'll show the bomb. Now we'll back off.
Then you double nade, hoping to catch someone's reaction. Now Spinks has played it Smafe. That's smart and safe.
It's new words we're working on.
I like to, you know,
it's a
get
commentary
creative.
dictionary. It's harder for you at home to follow, but easier for us to say.
But yeah, Smafe move, for sure.
The only issue I have with this, and the reason that maybe I feel it wasn't just a play to show the bomb, is they didn't take any space.
Yeah, there wasn't anything for Jugs to do.
There was nobody who could go and take a risk. So now they've actually got info back. Jimmy's at Van. He's calling apartments clear, and well, they've rotated back to the right side. MOUZ prepared for this.
This is a proper wrestling match for the early control of the finances. Out on A, Torji missed shot on the Scout and will not get a second opportunity. Spinks is looking the wrong way, staring at the box. Boost doesn't work out either for Exertion. Sure, he's found Jugs. The Symmetry's just what? Orb headshot through a wall? We might have to see if we can catch that.
He was ramp or Tetris when he made the shot?
I'm looking at the X's. Yeah,
Yeah, so
wow, Jay, once again on the ball.
So, yeah, okay. Mr. Raz, called that one. All right, Stunner is 3-1. Win out the finances now, and yeah, should be good for 4. So this is looking tidy, and this is their home turf. Overpass up next, and we cast one of their maps on Overpass a little bit earlier in the tournament, and when the rounds get late, you can see there's some second guessing. Yanko also put something out on Twitter where he's showing like little details of giving away too many steps, especially against a team like FURIA. But while we have this eco coming up next, I want to draw people's attention to an interview that was done with Flamesy with HLTV. This was after their victory yesterday to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs. And there's a part in here regarding the matchups with MOUZ. And Flamesy, he likes to talk a lot, so he gives a long answer. So in the third paragraph of the answer to this one question, which again is regarding the matchup, the head-to-heads, and all of that with MOUZ, he goes to say, I'm not sure because there were so many rumors that they looked to switch players. Some players wanted to leave, so if internally they have these things in mind, I think it makes you weaker as a team inside. When the game gets tougher, it's a bit harder to get back into the game.
You're not that unit, that kind of 5 fingers on of a fist.
Yeah, I think they've tried to keep a unified front, at least as far as interviews have gone with MOUZ, and it just seems more of the same dialogue, which is all you can really do, but it's not about what you're posturing, it's what the reality is inside, right? Exactly what Flames is saying here, because if there is any doubt, hold up, we're going to clamp down on mid, flash over.
Off in.
It's 1 kill, but it should be fine.
I think he's sliding. Nose underpass. The play for the Deeg. Jimmy gets himself forward towards underpass, and that B ramp going to be held by Demon.
Okay, hold up.
Exertion does manage to catch Jugs and equip himself with a rifle, so this there is grounds for this to fall. This is the head-to-head duel. Yeah, has to be the first headshot. Jimmy gets 2 chances. Demon pests him.
They haven't picked a site just yet. Oh, this will make the decision for you. I think Demon will want this fight.
And you know Xertion's probably got an AK.
There you go. So be secure. Exertion should likely just hold on to this. It's such a tough conversation in the modern game at the moment with the MOUZ problem, because yeah, they're a very good team.
Yes, sir.
They are extremely consistent, constantly making playoffs, deep runs. But when you see at least the last 2 outings against Vitality, leaves a lot to be desired, especially when you know the level of Counter-Strike they can play when they're on point. That's why I'm saying if today they lose to FUT, I think it's a sign of finally the dam breaking.
Yeah, right.
And again, not to discredit FUT, I think they're very exciting. Fun team making some noise as they do now add the 4th round to the tally on their T-half.
I did see a quote as well where I can't remember who said it, but a player who's played against FUT recently said that they...
Oh, it was Maja.
Maja, that's right. Said they shoot harder than some of the bigger names.
Yes. So that one wasn't necessarily well received by the community, but...
regardless, that's just, you know, the way I perceive that and the way I like process that is that for Maja, he felt like, oh, these kids are, you know, these are demons.
Yes.
These guys can shoot incredibly hard. I think that, if anything, he was just trying to praise FUT, not necessarily trying to discredit the others. I understand why it was misconstrued.
Well, I think as well when it comes from Maja, right, people go, okay, listen, old man. Everyone shoots hard to you, right? So it is a funny one. But yeah, this is a team that definitely has a lot to give. It's just finding a bit more experience, and that's going to come, right? They are high up in the rankings. So they should continue to get invites down the stretch. They're just discussing how they weren't even meant to be here. Obviously, Legacy pulling out and then filling the void and looking competitive. The fact you're in a 2-1 game, you get a free swing right now at MOUZ. You don't win it, well, you go into tomorrow and you have one more opportunity to get this man in the arena. Friday, we've got the 4 best-of-3s for the quarterfinals. It makes sense. Saturday, the semis, 3rd place decider, and grand final on that Sunday in a best-of-5. Had some good matches yesterday. Obviously, Vitality walking over MOUZ was reinforcing what we already knew, but FURIA versus Falcons. Falcons finally getting that win over FURIA on the 5th time of asking. Being on the opposite side of the bracket now from Vitality could be a banger final. Plenty of good finals available. Obviously, Spirit not here, opting not to come. Halley admitting he didn't expect all the big names to be here, so mistakes are made. I think when you see the field, you'd want to be here, especially with the roster changes for Spirit, so their loss.
It's a tech issue looking to resolve. That's actually what the music implies. That's actually them fixing it right now.
Well, at PGL, people don't know, but they've actually got these micro robots that they send into the computer, right? And they send them in because the future is now controlled by an AI.
Yes. And we must keep the AI on our side.
And everything gets sorted, just like that. Smiles on the faces. Things are going well right now.
When did FUT first kind of land on your radar? Like, when were they a team to keep an eye on? How long ago?
It was only when they lost MongolZ, right? He got promoted to the main squad of Na'Vi. Then they became FUT, and then it was a CAC last year in the 2nd season. So they had Masuda for a while, and then they brought in Longs. Now, I think when you're in the academy team, you're not getting the opportunities to play at the same events as the main team. So they were essentially liberated by the fact that Na'Vi let them go.
Sure.
And MongolZ got promoted. Otherwise, you just would have been grinding.
And slowly picked apart by Na'Vi.
Potentially, right? So MongolZ was the one that Na'Vi saw the most. That would be a great game, wouldn't it, for a 2-2? FUT versus Na'Vi, MongolZ versus the academy squad he was a part of.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Or better in the playoffs. You know, either way.
And Mongols would have to beat Na'Vi today.
Yes, I saw, I don't know how true this is, I need to double check, but I think Mara's Pug account got banned for smurfing a little bit earlier, so...
Didn't have him down as a smurfer.
No, we need to get down to the bottom of that, don't we? Well, I don't think he was the one doing the smurfing.
We're back. A 4-1 start, solid as a rock. Foot of one out the early, forced by War, but the guns are back out for MOUZ.
Standard opener, nothing too crazy. Flash at the ready from Brolin to hook up middle.
Here it comes. Sphinx to swing.
Nobody home. A lot of util invested into nothing right now. Gonna make it a little bit harder to block. We've just gone sub 130. 2 players ready to pounce out of Palace, Demon and dziugss. Bomb will be joining them. That's at the back of Cemetery. Krabeni will be coming up the ramp, and on the lurk will be Lonks.
The Flash is going to have Krabeni on higher left. Just get the shot they swing on out. 0 to 100. That is a lovely round.
It's insane that all 3 players coming out of Palace get a kill.
It is.
Orb opener, and then the 2 rifles.
But like, it couldn't be better.
That's
right?
the bish bosh bash that Counter-Strike's been talking about.
Yeah. And here comes Bingo Bango. Nice from Jimmy. Keeps hold of his rifle at least. Gets himself an upgrade and a fancy Molotov.
Fancy one.
It's a fancy one.
I think. Look, it's the better one. I think the CT one's the fancier one.
You're right. As in, it's been to like, you know, that was made in a factory as opposed to like someone's bedroom. But it's, you know, it's that homemade feel.
Oh, yeah.
It's artisanal.
Yeah, we're trying to get away from the big manufacturers in 2026.
Yeah,
Do things yourself.
Big incendiary.
Terrorists win.
5-1. All right, boys. I loved the fact that the AWP has got the first as well just sets them up for success because it goes, oh, AWP Palace. You're not immediately, you know, adjusting, ready for the fight. dziugss swings out. Side clear.
And Cyclone into the timeout.
Understandable. Yeah, okay. You don't want to see this spiral if you're standing behind the MOUZ squad.
I think the best... This is going to sound like such a stupid thing. That's fine. I don't mind.
It's all right.
The best way for FUT to win this series is to make sure when they're in a dominant position, they keep dominating, right? They don't
Yes.
they don't,
You don't let off the
allow
gas.
MOUZ to get back in, because once the game gets into 10-10 or overtime, that's where we will see MOUZ with the experience take over.
Yeah.
But if you're able to keep them mentally in the mud, feeling like they're not in the game, getting more and more frustrated, you don't give them an option, you don't give them a fire starter, a spark to get back in, you can topple them. So right now, if you own Mirage, which, look, we're still very early. This is only, what, the second real gun round for MOUZ. That's over for Torji.
dziugss goes down to the early aggress.
They're looking to A-execute, but if they do it now, they will not have the Palace piece. And they've been blocked.
Okay, so this is the first kind of road bump you've hit. You've lost an opening kill.
So now you'd want to go back for map control, or at least that's an option. But if you do, you don't know if they pushed up mid, if they pushed underpass or B-apps. They're really bunkering down on this A site. The AWP will tuck in to default. Brolin here playing up close as well, and you've got Exertion. So they're aware nothing middle. Krabeni's heading back over to sell something to at least keep them interested. But does Brolin make the play?
He will. Nice adjustment into Longs, and then Exertion knocks down Demon. Flawless from MOUZ. I have to admire the push from Cemetery.
Okay.
He gave it a really good go.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose everything, aren't they? Benny can't find a kill, and that'll be all 5 staying alive off the back of the Cyclone timeout, so he likes that. AWP searches Palace, gets the opening kill. They then put the AWP deep in the side to worry about Con. The connector player Exertion plays with the A defender. They both focus ramp. They remove any of the play, and it's just a 3-round game. So just as I'm saying, don't let the foot off the gas. MOUZ bring the fight and show that they are here to play. So 3 AKs brought in. He's going to bolster. That's going forward, and look at Sharp. Roland's view model makes it look like he's a very lanky man. I look at it in game.
Yeah, it is a long AK-47.
Okay, so opting to show something a little bit different this time. Thought they might just want to return to try the same strategy, not expecting the Palace search with the AWP. But Roland, aggressive ramp again. So Game leader.
Yo.
I'm just, you know,
It's nothing. Yes, nothing.
Sometimes you gotta pedal so you can cycle.
Yeah, no, but
You
listen,
know?
I'm having my own little crusade against this. You know, if you don't win, you're shit. You know, it's the same treatment Falcons is getting. It's the same treatment MOUZ is getting. I think it's very impressive to be arguably the most consistent team in the world
absolutely.
outside of Vitality. So yes, I agree. It would be nice if MOUZ changed, but I'm not bought by the fact that they're consistently better than pretty much everyone else.
It's good to be good.
It is. Oh, stop it now. That's
Okay,
enough.
you've got more cliches. All right, let's get into it. Here we go. Mirage.
Woo! Okay, I am really excited for this matchup. I think the scene has been beautifully set by the panel. And FUT shoot hard.
Yes, confirmed.
So we're going to see if they can shoot their way into a pistol win.
Cop this one, right? 9 out of 14 series this year, they have picked Mirage.
Okay, a home turf. But
B's
believe it or
empty,
not,
Alex.
the
Alex,
young aimers,
Yeah, B's empty. You
Yeah.
don't have to shoot them if they're not here.
but the young aimers love Mirage. Jimmy has found a real gift there, hasn't he? Just taps off the head of Lawrence.
Well, they were playing retake, so things get even easier. They have 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a HE for the retake.
Oh, and they've even got a nice smoke, so you're either running into Demon's Glock. Oh, it's a horrible feeling. Short must play first. Surely, yeah. Torshi's boosted up and looking. Spots Krabeni, does put him down to 1 HP, and a nade could very likely finish him off with a bit of trap. No, Cemetery takes heavy damage. Jugs removes Zershan from the market side. Spinks advancing, does need to find it, but caught by Krabeni. Went right on time here, MOUZ. Nice shot again from Krabeni on that 1 HP. He's got 2 kills. Insane output on that low HP.
No chance for Brolin.
Oof, god damn.
Also, while we have him on screen, another important factor would be, I would say this will be the biggest win for FUT, contextually speaking. Obviously, they've beaten FURIA, but this one would book them in the playoffs, right? So that's huge. And Lonks, Romanian.
One of the two.
Means a lot for him.
Yeah.
Have Navi up a little bit later today. I don't have Emma in the server. You get that freebie right there. Good output from dziugss. You can see him just jumping and wiggling while flashed, hoping not to go down. And then Krabeni, good output after that low HP. So there's the pistol round. Let's see how much more they can get. And here's the force for MOUZ. 2 Famouses, 3 MP9s, and a little jaunt up mid. Nobody tending to this at the moment, at least not from top mid. It's through underpass with 2. And 3 ready to come out a ramp.
I like the call. It isn't going to be a fun fight for Longs. Famas at range.
No head armor.
And 4G profiting. Okay, Krabeni has been spotted as well.
Still trying to go through the motions.
There's flooding its way though. You've got access to the site granted. CT will be on stride shortly. Oh, Torji a little ahead of the play there. Just goes walking through the smoke and enables a clawback. Jimmy, however, has done very well. That mid-range spray, and look at those MP9s shredding. Important from Cemetery. Jimmy does put him down eventually, and Krabeni last seen mid.
He doesn't know he's being flanked right now. Oh, this is tough. I don't see how Krabeni wins this.
It does feel almost impossible, doesn't it? Jimmy's position is just so sound. He's done a lot in this round.
You're not clearing this.
You're not clearing it. Jimmy just, I mean, positionally incredible. Gets himself the round. 4 MOUZ, 3 kills deep. Yeah, and they are going to bring the energy today.
Well, this is the thing. They're not playing Vitality. That's why every man and their dog would say they'll win this one. And again, this is not to discredit FUT. I'm enjoying the story too. The team you're seeing on screen of MOUZ was once upon a time the Academy team talk, right? That's what everyone was about. Oh, MOUZ NXT. Before that, I guess you had Gamma Youngsters.
Yeah.
Now you have Navi Academy, aka FUT. And they're exciting. They're fun to watch. They've got some... This is the problem I have. I would like to see MOUZ not bring the energy and just take care of business. Can you save the energy for Vitality?
Act like MongolZ when they're winning.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope this is nothing.
Yeah.
It is obviously something.
Certainly
they are
something.
the reigning champs here in Cluj.
But you are undoubtedly, you know, playing as the favorite here.
It's just, I just hate the contrast. I guess it's hard to have energy while you're losing.
He's got this under lock and key. Demon tracks his head nicely. You do get a headshot from the Cemetery Deeg, and then maybe juugss can find himself a couple. He's done very well. Falls into the clutch for Torji. Surely he can save MOUZ here, but it's an orb. It could go wrong. It could so easily go wrong. Cemetery incapable with the M4 on stairs. Torji tries to investigate the smoke to no avail. Lets them play.
I will go down. Torji, do you really want to give away the AWP right now?
Bomb has been planted.
The fight comes your way, sure, but he's giving this one a look.
Jugs' Deagle already 2 kills deep, and Symmetry's relayed the info is top ticket. They're playing for the round here.
Has to save.
So disconnected, and that is the end of the round.
Okay, just a couple of Deagle
Wow.
shots there. It felt like that one was insurmountable for FUT.
It did. I mean, you know, it kind of all fell into place. Losing the short player, Symmetry hits that distracts. Jugs manages to adjust. And he might lose the AWP here. I mean, it's not going to be easy.
He's
to hit
pinned
the
in.
shot.
He's pinned in.
Ooh, it's not good. It's not great. It's an AWP down. A free upgrade available. Thank you very much. Wow, okay.
Forced by Wars will continue. MOUZ will buy back in and continue to battle for the economic control right now, but that's a tough one. It's interesting, right, because that fight that comes in from Jugs, we're going to catch it in the replay. This is great from Symmetry. It goes, okay, well, 2v4 seems unwinnable. Now, because they're low HP, scuffs the shot. Brolin strafes out to guard Exertion. He's low, a stray bullet, and then a clean one. It's that second one to Exertion that's the difference maker. But here it is, the buyback in. M4 Famous, upgraded pistols, and the Scout. And it's great to see already showing a little bit of tenacity our FUT, right? Being able to win the Force buys back.
And a convincing pistol as well.
So if you can get out on top of this one, you can start to lay down the law. Waltzing into B behind the AWP and leading the way, the bomb. So I feel like they're committing.
Yeah, big rotation on to know then. Oh, that's what MOUZ did too.
We'll show the bomb. That will back off.
Then you double nade, hoping to catch someone's reaction. Now Spinks has played it Smafe. That's smart and safe.
It's new words we're working on.
I like to, you know,
it's a
get
commentary
creative.
dictionary. It's harder for you at home to follow, but easier for us to say.
But yeah, Smafe move for sure.
The only issue I have with this, and the reason that maybe I feel it wasn't just a play to show the bomb, is they didn't take any space.
Yeah, there wasn't anything for Jugs to do.
There was nobody who could go and take a risk. So now they've actually got info back. Jimmy's at Van. He's calling apartments clear, and well, they've rotated back to the right side. MOUZ prepared for this.
This is a proper wrestling match for the early control of the finances. Out on A, Torji missed shot on the Scout and will not get a second opportunity. Spinks is looking the wrong way, staring at the box. Boost doesn't work out either for Exertion. Sure, he's found Jugs. The Symmetry's just what? Orb headshot through a wall? We might have to see if we can catch that.
He was ramp or Tetris when he made the shot?
I'm looking at the X's. Yeah,
Yeah, so
wow, Jay, once again on the ball.
So yeah, okay. Mr. Raz, called that one. Oh, that stunner is 3-1. We know the finances now, and yeah, should be good for 4. So this is looking tidy, and this is their home turf. Overpass up next, and we cast one of their maps on Overpass a little bit earlier in the tournament, and when the rounds get late, you can see there's some second guessing. Yanko also put something out on Twitter where he's showing like little details of giving away too many steps, especially against a team like FURIA.
Terrorists win.
But while we have this eco coming up next, I want to draw people's attention to an interview that was done with Flamesy with HLTV. This was after their victory yesterday to secure themselves a spot in the playoffs. And there's a part in here regarding the matchups with MOUZ. And Flamesy, he likes to talk a lot, so he gives a long answer. So in the third paragraph of the answer to this one question, which again is regarding the matchup, the head-to-heads, and all of that with MOUZ, he goes to say, I'm not sure because there were so many rumors that they looked to switch players. Some players wanted to leave, so if internally they have these things in mind, I think it makes you weaker as a team inside. When the game gets tougher, it's a bit harder to get back into the game.
You're not that unit, that kind of 5 fingers on of a fist.
Yeah, I think they've tried to keep a unified front, at least as far as interviews have gone with MOUZ, and it just seems more of the same dialogue, which is all you can really do, but it's not about what you're posturing, it's what the reality is inside, right? Exactly what Flames is saying here, because if there is any doubt, hold up, we're going to clamp down on mid, flash over.
Off in.
It's 1 kill, but it should be fine.
I think he's riding. Nose underpass. The play for the Deeg. Jimmy gets himself forward towards underpass, and that B ramp going to be held by Demon.
Okay, hold up.
Exertion does manage to catch Jugs and equip himself with a rifle, so this there is grounds for this to fall. This is the head-to-head duel. Yeah, has to be the first headshot. Jimmy gets 2 chances. Demon pests him.
They haven't picked a site just yet. Oh, this will make the decision for you. I think Demon will want this fight.
And you know Xertion's probably got an AK.
There you go. So be secure. Exertion should likely just hold on to this. It's such a tough conversation in the modern game at the moment with the MOUZ problem, because yeah, they're a very good team.
Yes, sir.
They are extremely consistent, constantly making playoffs, deep runs. But when you see at least the last 2 outings against Vitality, leaves a lot to be desired, especially when you know the level of Counter-Strike they can play when they're on point. That's why I'm saying if today they lose to FUT, I think it's a sign of finally the dam breaking.
Yeah, right.
And again, not to discredit FUT, I think they're very exciting. Fun team making some noise as they do now add the 4th round to the tally on their T-half.
I did see a quote as well where, I can't remember who said it, but a player who's played against FUT recently said that they...
Oh, it was Maja.
Maja, that's right. Said they shoot harder than some of the bigger names.
Yes. So that one wasn't necessarily well received by the community, but...
regardless, that's just, you know, the way I perceive that and the way I, like, process that is that for Maja, he felt like, oh, these kids are, you know, these are demons.
Yes.
These guys can shoot incredibly hard. I think that, if anything, he was just trying to praise FUT, not necessarily trying to discredit the others. I understand why it was misconstrued.
Well, I think as well when it comes from Maja, right, people go, okay, listen, old man. Everyone shoots hard to you, right? So it is a funny one. But yeah, this is a team that definitely has a lot to give. It's just finding a bit more experience, and that's going to come, right? They are high up in the rankings. So they should continue to get invites down the stretch. They're just discussing how they weren't even meant to be here. Obviously, Legacy pulling out and then filling the void and looking competitive. The fact you're in a 2-1 game, you get a free swing right now at MOUZ, you don't win it, well, you go into tomorrow and you have one more opportunity to get this man in the arena. Friday, we've got the 4 best-of-3s for the quarterfinals. It makes sense. Saturday, the semis, 3rd place decider, and grand final on that Sunday in a best-of-5. Had some good matches yesterday. Obviously, Vitality walking over MOUZ was reinforcing what we already knew, but FURIA versus Falcons. Falcons finally getting that win over FURIA on the 5th time of asking. Being on the opposite side of the bracket now from Vitality could be a banger final. Plenty of good finals available. Obviously, Spirit not here, opting not to come. Halley admitting he didn't expect all the big names to be here, so mistakes are made. I think when you see the field, you'd want to be here, especially with the roster changes for Spirit, so their loss.
It's a tech issue looking to resolve. That's actually what the music implies. That's actually them fixing it right now.
Well, at PGL, people don't know, but they've actually got these micro robots that they send into the computer, right? And they send them in because the future is now controlled by an AI.
Yes. And we must keep the AI on our side.
And everything gets sorted just like that. Smiles on the faces. Things are going well right now.
When did FUT first kind of land on your radar? Like, when were they a team to keep an eye on? How long ago?
It was only when they lost MongolZ, right? He got promoted to the main squad of Na'Vi. Then they became FUT, and then it was a CAC last year in the 2nd season. So they had Masuda for a while, and then they brought in Lonks. Now, I think when you're in the academy team, you're not getting the opportunities to play at the same events as the main team. So they were essentially liberated by the fact that Na'Vi let them go.
Sure.
And MongolZ got promoted. Otherwise, you just would have been grinding.
And slowly picked apart by Na'Vi.
Potentially, right? So MongolZ was the one that Na'Vi saw the most. That would be a great game, wouldn't it, for a 2-2? FUT versus Na'Vi, MongolZ versus the academy squad he was a part of.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Or better in the playoffs. You know, either way.
And Mongols would have to beat Na'Vi today.
Yes, I saw, I don't know how true this is, I need to double check, but I think Mara's Pug account got banned for smurfing a little bit earlier, so...
Didn't have him down as a smurfer.
No, we need to get down to the bottom of that, don't we? Well, I don't think he was the one doing the smurfing.
We're back. A 4-1 start, solid as a rock. FUT have won out the early forced by war, but the guns are back out for MOUZ.
Standard opener, nothing too crazy. Flash at the ready from Brolin to hook up middle.
Here it comes. Spins to swing.
Nobody home. A lot of util invested into nothing right now. Gonna make it a little bit harder to block. We've just gone sub 130. 2 players ready to pounce out of Palace. Demon and dziugss. Bomb will be joining them. That's at the back of Cemetery. Krabeni will be coming up the ramp, and on the lurk will be Lonks.
The Flash is going to have Krabeni on higher left. Just hit a shot, they swing on out. 0 to 100. That is a lovely round.
It's insane that all 3 players coming out of Palace get a kill.
It is.
Orb opener, and then the 2 rifles.
But like, it couldn't be better,
That's
right?
the bish bosh bash that Counter-Strike's been talking about.
And here comes Bingo Bango. Nice from Jimmy. Keeps hold of his rifle at least. Gets himself an upgrade and a fancy Molotov.
Fancy one.
It's a fancy one.
I think. Look, it's the better one. I think the CT one's the fancier one.
You're right. As in, it's been to like, you know, that was made in a factory as opposed to like someone's bedroom. But it's, you know, it's that homemade feel.
Yeah.
It's artisanal.
Yeah, we're trying to get away from the big manufacturers in 2026.
Yeah,
Do things yourself.
Big incendiary.
Terrorists win.
5-1. All right, boys. I loved the idea. The fact that the AWP has got the first as well just sets them up for success because it goes, oh, AWP Palace. You're not immediately, you know, adjusting, ready for the fight. dziugss swings out. Side clear.
And Cyclone into the timeout.
Understandable. Yeah, okay. You don't want to see this spiral if you're standing behind the MOUZ squad.
I think the best... This is going to sound like such a stupid thing. That's fine. I don't mind.
That's all right.
The best way for FUT to win this series is to make sure when they're in a dominant position, they keep dominating, right? They don't
Yes.
let off allow
the gas.
MOUZ to get back in, because once the game gets into 10-10 or overtime, that's where we will see MOUZ with the experience take over.
Yeah.
But if you're able to keep them mentally in the mud, feeling like they're not in the game, getting more and more frustrated, you don't give them an option, you don't give them a fire starter, a spark to get back in, you can topple them. So right now, if you own Mirage, which, look, we're still very early. This is only, what, the second real gun round for MOUZ. That's over for Torji.
dziugss goes down to the early aggress.
They're looking at A-execute, but if they do it now, they will not have the Palace piece. And they've been blocked.
Okay, so this is the first kind of road bump you've hit. You've lost an opening kill.
So now you'd want to go back for map control, or at least that's an option. But if you do, you don't know if they pushed up mid, if they pushed underpass or B-apps. They're really hunkering down on this A side. The AWP will tuck in to default. Brolin here playing up close as well, and you've got Exertion. So they're aware nothing middle. Krabeni's heading back over to sell something to at least keep them interested. But does Brolin make the play?
He will. Nice adjustment into Longs, and then Exertion knocks down Demon. Flawless from MOUZ. I have to admire the push from Cemetery.
Okay.
He gave it a really good go.
Yeah, well, they're going to lose everything, aren't they? Benny can't find a kill, and that'll be all 5 staying alive off the back of the Cyclone timeout, so he likes that. AWP searches Palace, gets the opening kill. They then put the AWP deep in the side to worry about Con. The connector player Exertion plays with the A defender. They both focus ramp. They remove any of the play, and it's just a 3-round game. So just as I'm saying, don't let the foot off the gas. MOUZ bring the fight and show that they are here to play. So 3 AKs brought in. He's going to bolster. That's going forward, and look at Sharp. Roland's view model makes it look like he's a very lanky man. I look at it in game.
Yeah, it is a long AK-47.
Okay, so opting to show something a little bit different this time. Well, they might just want to return to try the same strategy, not expecting the Palace search with the AWP. But Roland, aggressive ramp again. So in-game leader for MOUZ making a lot of moves early, staying active, informing his team with info. It's one of the things the desk also pointed out is that FUT have a lot of tape on this. So are there holes that Zip and Cyclone are able to find in terms of tendencies to inform their decisions. And something also for a young team like FUT, to continue to reinvent the wheel, it's going to be tough. You're being put under the microscope now more than ever, and by better teams and players.
So this is a late window smoke. Geometry's going to be throwing that out, but what's the cue?
Yeah, a lot of information being highlighted with the pip here of this ramp play. Jimmy's in a strong position to shunt this down.
I love it. Especially Spink's firing off a couple of shots, trying to bait them in with the smoke spams. They will throw out their mid util, trying to keep people eyes on middle. Jimmy. Oh, he's done very well. Transfers into number 2. Double headshot in defense. Short acknowledged. Spinks' position. Whereabouts noted. Quick one from the sniper. Cemetery provides. They've got access to the site now.
Longs has a smoke once he plants.
Okay, that won't delay you. Are they going to come from 3 different vantage points? It does look like it. Problem working on the apartment crawl.
Longs is jumping up. Will he consider this?
Ooh, Torji catches one through market window.
Oh!
A big one from Longs.
That could be the round winner.
It certainly could be. Exertion now rounding that short corner. No one's going to be presenting themselves, and
Calling
I think you're right. I think you're right. That is the kill. That is the difference maker.
It felt like Longs was getting caught off guard there, right?
For
Just
sure.
running into that elephant foot, but happy to hit the shot. And then the immediate repos. You see Exertion still worried about the B apartments. That's not the case. Now they're backing off. So after that Jimmy double, looked like trouble, but they're going to rocket out of there.
Lost the orb.
Should be able to go get it. Yeah, okay. So does salvage it.
Lovely transfer here. Even with Demon, like, he tracks the bounce off their head, acceleration, does very well, but it's insufficient.
I'm interested to see what happened in middle there, because Kraveni's going up short on his own. I believe Torji blew open the connector smoke, and Exertion was there in con to take the fight, so maybe it was just mistimed. Odds favoring FUT on this one, but 6 rounds T-side already. Looking good. How many more can they add on top? Those saves come through. A buy can follow for MOUZ.
Benny on his own. Wow, not playing like he's on his own, and he does spot the elbow. Exertion's the dead man. Great opening kill. Spink's attempted trade provided. That's acknowledgement, though, that he's not on site. Heavy shot! Long just sprays them both down. Round.
Save again, boys. Tuck-tail, get out of there.
Longs back-to-back rounds with round closers. Spicy.
Okay. So Kraveni's seen an awful lot there in middle, and they've just initiated B off of that. So normally we're seeing them go island box or tap pathing. He's just played straight down the ramp, and Exertion's going to be kicking himself there, just elbow sticking out. The betterment of the duel.
He was so fast on it. You're going to expect him to have had, in order to have the confidence to be that far progressed in fighting Exertion, you expect multiple bodies. They react, and the B side a little too open.
Terrorists win.
Damn, I mean, yeah. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but FUT are a fun team. A very exciting prospect for 2026, and there's the double spray.
Oh, wow.
Wowzers.
Beautiful. Okay.
Look how many bomb explosions. They are just getting into these sites.
Yeah,
up
well,
against, you know, a top squad.
I think on the other side of that is there's been saves, right? So MOUZ, once they lose these sites, they know they can't get back in, and that's what's keeping them competitive in the buy department. Right now, it's about salvaging this. So 3 rounds left before we get to half-time. You're going to want all of these if you're MOUZ. You've posted nothing consecutive. And one of the rounds you won was a force buy. That's what should have got you back into the game early with round number 2. Let's see here the VRS forecast. FUT very high up in the rankings already. And an awful lot of points on the line for them. Could propel them into the top 10.
Wow.
So this team, if they continue in this trajectory, they're going to be a certainty for the major. Just what stage?
That's a dead man. Spinks does remove Kraveni.
They're going B again, though.
Does look like they want to try and test Jimmy's sight.
Extinguish and go.
Yeah, he's got the HE reaction. Throws out a smoke. Gives him some options and a nice supportive orb frag. Torji catches one. Just removed, and there's number 2. Demon. Brought down just through the edge of the wall there. Jimmy's even got the angle for the rest. He can just tidy this one up and finish it. Do just that. Symmetry gives him something. Ooh, quick onto Torji. Swaps out to the AK, and he's playing like he wants to win this. He's playing like he's got a shot at it, but Spinks has already hit one into the head. Denies any more hopes and dreams of a crazy clutch. Valid attempt, though, and a nice one onto Torji.
So Krabeni not getting away with the same exploits in middle in terms of space to draw all the bodies. He goes down, then they can focus fire towards B. And that util being so deep. Here it is. So that's the peppering. And then they've extinguished and gone, but because it's such a long runway, I think about how deep that molly was. It's a long way downtown. It's a great second shot. It's
Counter-terrorists win.
nice shooting, but Coach Coolio, he wants more on this T-half. He's going to take right now a timeout before the bank balance is completely rumbled and they have to operate with very little going into the next. So a good time to take it before the finances are bled out. No Symmetry AWP, but 4 AKs. Deaglefoot, Krabeni, and I imagine it will have to be a little bit of a different approach, whether that's the pacing or that's more bodies to help Krabeni in middle. Something towards A on Torji. Okay, so this tells me they're expecting an execute. Right, the fact he's starting ticket.
A lot more bodies with Krabeni.
They're reading an A play.
Spinks is going to be going for a cheeky smoke break here.
With a flash.
Beautiful team play on display. Demon does claw one back by removing the window player.
That right there is what you expect from MOUZ.
Yes. Ooh, that's not what you expect from FUT, a missed window smoke. Demon going to go for a little bit of a play on his own, as is dziugss. That's dropped in, and yeah, should be dead. Jimmy's going to be kicking himself. How's he let that go? They can pivot now. It really opens up options for a B finish. The bomb is on its way. Nice
the
from
timing
Torji.
on that.
Proactivity, leaps and hunts down Demon before he could round the corner. Another missed smoke.
A couple of these.
Yeah, they're looking a bit clunky. A bit of a bumpy ride, and Krabeni in the clutch has managed to get our attention with 1-on-2 exertion. Brolan, however, ready for this, got his back turned to him, and MOUZ will make it 4-7.
Yeah, and should be 5, right? So the loss bonus piping in right now of only 1,900. This is suffering from your own successes for FUT in this first half. So this final round will be Tech-9 heavy.
Smoke
Maybe a
break
Galil.
flash, beautiful start to the MOUZ round.
Yeah.
So it gets a bit exciting after Jimmy struggling to win out the 1-on-1.
Yeah, well, Demon, right, he's just thinking, I've heard B's clear, I need to back off. Torji in the window, I'm just watching that timing unfold. Torji drops out a moment later, Demon's away.
Yeah.
So he drops out a moment sooner, Demon's looking at him. It's really quite tight.
Spinks playing for the smoke break, does have a lovely lineup, nearly the double here. Ammo conservation leads to his demise.
Into A.
Gets it. dziugss caught out by Brolan, dancing on the balcony, supported by the ticket player as well. Can't seem to find Brolan cleanly. Nice shot from Torji. Minimal pixels visible, still removes Symmetry.
Now, this is another highlight from the desk talking about Brolan's output, and he's continuing to find impact as Long's left in a tough 1v3 as he's gone around the world. Is it through CT or the murder hole? Either way, could get past Jimmy or Torji. And the bomb down, highlighted here over towards the A ramp. Jimmy's just looked towards the vent, so he's ahead on the timing. But still, if he gets the first kill, all good, but now they know where he is.
Oh, no, still though, has managed to find Torji.
Brolan's going to rumble him.
Yeah, I think so. The power position just as he's setting up the nades. Okay, a recovery from MOUZ. 3 consecutive rounds to end out their defensive half. Still, competitive game. Looks like MOUZ have kind of reminded themselves who they are in the tail end of the half.
Yeah, and this is where I think it starts to get a whole lot tougher for FUT. Again, it's a very, very good T side. Des was discussing some of the deficiencies for MOUZ on Mirage in recent times. But I think this is more about just playing to the caliber of the individuals in the server, right? If you are MOUZ, you know that you're an elite level team. So you need to just play like one. It sounds, again, reductive, but a lot of Counter-Strike is mental because we know what they're able to do. We've seen it. We've seen it now for a year straight. It's been impressive. Shui out, Brolan taking over as in-game leader. Spinks comes in. gives them a little bit of winning pedigree, but only one trophy to note because of that. Well, maybe not because of that, but since that. It's a little bit of the lower stakes in the sense that if you do lose this, you play again tomorrow. But for FUT, that's when the pressure will start to get on top of them. That's why I'm thinking this could be the biggest win for them so far.
Yeah, it's a golden opportunity to kind of feel like you get some hair on your chest, some opportunity for playoffs and taking down a big name, and a whole lot of points, as we discussed. All right, this is quick, and I don't think Demon was ready. He's done well to find something.
Well, they know he's been boosted.
Yeah, and Krabeni's hoping that he can still win out. A bit of a lazy clear there, but it doesn't cost him. Prolin covered by Spinks. So accessing to the site, certainty. Jugs, he's the one with the kit. Still, a chance for Symmetry if he gets that first one tap. Oh, lovely double swing. MOUZ playing as they should. Convincing.
All right, well, that'll be just a one-round gap. Jugs hanging around having a look, but don't think he's going to get too much done here. Kill would be nice, sure, but blindsided by Jimmy. Catches the timing, and great work. So, yeah, Demon does well to get one, sure, but Krabeni not getting anything in that rotation, being quite far away. I felt like they had the early signal. Now it's the uphill battle. Symmetry's already boarded with a scout, so that's going to inform us will be the force play. Can't believe he's got that. But Krabeni not set up for success after the death coming in so early, not able to establish the jewels they were looking for. Now it's FUT's turn to try and win out of force after losing the T-side pistol. Already clearing Palace FUT, so at least playing for early info, seeing that nobody's home. Do they hang around or do they back off? Well, currently going pretty deep as they're about to have this mid control. It's still too early to understand what the finish is. So Krabeni is playing to contain. So they're selling A because of that forward position. Their biggest nightmare is going to be a connected to A move from MOUZ. Looking like the stack could be in the right place. But remember, with this, there's always the bailout. Xertion will likely linger middle / connector. And if they take too much resistance coming up short, they can just dip back and go to A.
Symmetry would love his first headshot. He's been able to provide it as well. Nails the first onto Brolan. Is that where you pull the ripcord? No, Torgy gets double entry, jumping out of the apartments as well. Long's hoping to be overlooked, but it still wins it. Solid find, and now they realize the jig is up. They're both here. No ammo for him. Long jumps off. Perfect dismount. Still high-octane action. Krabeni, the late arrival. I think Jimmy may have done enough by removing Jugs on site. Xertion's going to plant. Ooh, Krabeni does get to start his crawl, close that gap, but Jimmy peeks in. So they run into the stack and win out anyway.
Yeah, Jugs there just juggling some guns at that back pillar, so not able to get a weapon out to be able to take the fights he was hoping for. And now it will have to be the eco.
Double Galil entry out of Torgy. Good to see him rocking the rifle.
Yeah, so tough for him with the last fight. He has one bullet left. Just well, I am going to die. I'll do my very, very best. Hero M4. All right, so keeping a little bit of spice in the mix. FUT wanting to make sure that MOUZ continue to work for their money.
So the logic here is just to avoid going down with 5 alive for MOUZ. Is that the plan? Getting something?
Well, because it's a surprise, it is winnable, right? It seems unlikely, but they're giving it a go.
This angle's cool because you won't see him from Delpan. You can catch the spawn. No helmet. Spinks just knocks him off his roost.
I wish my MAC-10 worked like that.
Yeah, same.
Wow, the no head armor. That's the downside. FUT are the team that, on their T side, buy rifles with head armor, without head armor the most, excuse me. When I'm watching them play, the amount of times I'm like, okay, yeah, they're in Galil armor utility range. It's like, no, I'll buy an AK. And I'm like, It just baffles
That's the
me.
new gen, you know?
Yeah. I think it's... Right, it's sure, you back your aim, but... Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I see it and I just question it. All right, well, they'll just be able to put this one in now. That Hero M4, there's absolutely nothing done, and MOUZ looking to keep all 5 alive, so very well handled from them.
Thank you very much, Spinks. Really solves that mystery for them before it even got going.
Yeah, so some good moments from Jimmy. Brolin within the first half. Spinks now with an important one. Yeah. Sure, that's not in range. Benny was hoping to get his hands on it. Task has just become a whole lot more difficult right now. But well handled the last 2 rounds from MOUZ, right? Not rushing the play, and when they're dealt with the stack, hitting the necessary shots, so they will now take the lead for the first time. Good stuff, diligent stuff. Playing together, teamwork in the late stages, even when you're just up against one, knowing that they're on the light buy. Now back in things in the driver's seat.
Insane.
Yeah, that happened so quick, didn't it? All right, well, longs will now have to operate with an MP9. Cemetery does get out the AWP. Four players ready to fight mid.
Cemetery's holding the tab cross.
Jimmy's selling an A fake early, so this draws the gap. Look, Preventi right now worried about A and not connector.
Ooh, Cemetery's open. The ladder's been spotted. Trying to hunt him down.
Big name.
He does find exertion. George is ready for this. Yeah, you weren't expecting someone so cheeky, pushing so quickly. I say pushing. Actually, interesting to see the Demons continue to push the apartments.
Could be hearing some of this. Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to have so much info. They'll get a little bit of a read. That is going to have Lonks burrowing deep into the ramp with an MP9, which is good for output.
They're coming back.
Oh, you're not ready for this. You're not ready for this. Jimmy's attempted trade. He's becoming clean, and he does provide massive frank from Jimmy. Stops things from spiraling. Krabeni is running knife out to make sure he can respond to B.
Torji may have heard this from the vent.
Oh, wow, he finds Torji cleanly as well. Missed shot from Torji's orb. Jimmy versus Krabeni. This is a very important fight. He adjusts! Jimmy had the jump on him. Crazy from Krabeni. Jugs to swing. Oh, he's isolated that duel. Gets the info onto Jugs as well. Still grounds for a potential clutch. If Spinks can pull this one off, it would be nuts.
Has to plant, let him make the move.
Just don't give him the fight, because he will take it and he'll win it. One-on-one. One hell of a redemption tour here from Spinks on the clutch, and calling the bluff from Longs. This is cool, this is calm, and he likely will collect. Denies the Spinks 1v3. A massive round from FUT, and very, unique. That's got a very particular smell. That's special. How have you got so much info off a Demon apps push, the reactions, Krabeni's reaction to Jimmy, the trade from Jimmy, so much action in that one.
Snade coming in right here to get them the opener. I thought they were going to get caught off guard with the scaling, but Cemetery, Canary in the coal mine, this one, and then sticking around, Jimmy with good trade work, fumbling that kill onto Krabeni, considering the moments Jimmy's been having. He's had 2 where he's had advantages now and dropped them, but still 17 and 8, it's hard to fault him, doing an awful lot. That was a very costly round coming down to the 1v1. Longs was able to get back the AWP before the round expired. Cemetery gets that again. Need to win consecutive to break MOUZ. They're playing for a mid fight. Longs in sandwich. Jugs, Krabeni. I thought we're going to accelerate through connector for a fight with Demon on short because the orb over towards B has the deep line. Returning to A, a lot of util for the execute. They've got the mollies they desire. Does one find its way into sandwich? He has a smoke to go for an extinguish, but it's all going to happen very quick for Lonks. Jugs has a molly and a flash to try and help Krabeni with no util. So they're going to be behind this smoke wall. They cannot break. You need Lonks to do some damage right now as Krabeni makes his way over towards Ticket, but he might be a bit late to the party.
Molotov. Here it comes. to extinguish. Does he get away? Yeah, okay, they can see the space.
Now they're playing full retake.
Full retake. Then he's going to be forced into an extinguished situation as well, forced to go wide. Demon does well to catch Spinks late on mid. Demon and Cemetery versus 3.
They lose it all right now.
They're going to really want to go back through the smoke. Surely you want to at least see if you can find anything.
There's a kit just to the right of Demon.
Cemetery is shot and a great response. Brodlin not playing scared.
Yeah, I like to see the tenacity from MOUZ in some of these fights. There's that kid I was talking about. Demon not able to get that. It was going to be such a tough round, especially when they've been diligent with the sandwich molly. Long says hoping and praying that doesn't happen so he can be a disruptor on the way in.
I mean, how many times, how many multi-kills have we seen over the course of Counter-Strike where they just don't throw the molly and gets overlooked, a lazy clear, and a multi-kill?
Well, it's mollies for both of those fights, right? It's the sandwich one to force him away, and then it's the one onto Krabeni. He doesn't have a smoke, he's committed, and as he runs away, he gets taken down. So a tough one to swallow as they do save the AK. Second tactical timeout call from Coolio, so operating with very little. Do they want to try and force in this situation? Stranger things have happened. That'd probably be the MongolZ mantra, but I think take the light buy and go full investment into the next to get everything you need. That round, you're a little bit hamstrung, right? Longs wins out the 1v1 against Spinks that was a 1v3. Spinks did a good job to limit it, right? That's where impact in the round from Spinks, sure, it doesn't convert the round, but it's felt into the next, and now those ramifications bleed through into that following. So all connected in Counter-Strike, even though we're contained round at a time. Now, you want to have an idea. Last time they had a hero rifle in the mix, it was a boost on short and got obliterated. Haven't invested in many smokes, so it's going to be hard to channel MOUZ. Demon will start over towards A. This AK. Longs on B, and unfortunately for Longs, it feels like they're coming his way.
Yeah, no fun allowed for Longs in this one, I'm afraid.
Cemetery's coming over, but still the two of them, just with pistols. You can get under the window. Maybe there's a chance with this 5.7.
5.7's a perfect weapon for it. Plenty of bullets. Does position himself under that window. He's deep out, but Exertion's got the perfect weapon. Starts to unload his mag mid-air. Looks the wrong way. Perfect entry pathing from Exertion. It's going to put MOUZ on the double digits.
Demon looking to hold on to this. And this is what you expect from MOUZ. So after such a tough start to the game, they were down 2-7. Salvage the half 5-7. Win out the pistol. You have one blemish on the record that you almost won off a 1v3, and now you're running away with it. So this is it. This is what we know this team is capable of. Looking to make another playoffs. Yeah, you can see the changing the tide, the shift in momentum. Just one round in the last patch. And this is somewhat of what I was discussing about not letting him back in it. It felt like it was going to have to be dominant for FUT. And it was, up until a point. It no longer is. They did just take that light investment. Now we'll see the guns. Cemetery can get an AWP. Demon has this AK. They'll be everything they need as the odds now favoring MOUZ, and understandably so. They're in control of this, and now it's just about parking it in. The one kit brought in, and that's on the AWPer. So they lose sight control. To keep an eye on that clock, or it might just be another save.
Rather selfless from Spinks, or maybe he's got a plan without Mag 10, like the way it felt. There's an Exertion, the rifle. They'll swing on out. Long to Demon looking for answers middle. Really insistent on breaking that mid-smoke, so trying to get numbers.
Mag 10 will have a chance to shred again. Lonks, Krabeni, and Demon all without head armor. The boost again. Okay, well.
And Spinks has a Mag 10
Oh,
again. But
dear.
they've got helmets this time, right?
No, just said that. They don't have them.
Oh. Enough their rifles. Maybe Krabeni could be the difference maker in response here. Oh, maybe not! As he goes leaping out the window to give him the opening.
He's so worried about a site execute, he's just made a classic in-game leader move. It's quiet. I'm concerned about too many things on the map.
Let's get answers.
I'm not in a position where I'm able to help them, so let me inform them. As jumping out to his demise, even though there's only 30 seconds left on the clock, it feels like this will be MOUZ's every day of the week. Will require a multi now to keep things competitive. dziugss towards A with Symmetry's AWP, and that's where they're splitting.
dziugss getting cheeky around the smoke has actually managed to get past them. He's going to have multiple targets. Their backs turned, info flowing. Jimmy's gun. All that far won't be contested. As he smoke, he's going to have to push it. Still, multi-kill. Only the 2. Symmetry in the clutch. A 1 versus 3 goes 1v2 instantaneously, and now really going to be threatening with that smoke on the bomb.
Just
he will get a
it.
little nervous. I think he might want to do more than just sit. Smoke fades. Spinks is really unloading. He's trying to get info onto the second. It's Torgy Ramp. It looks like he's going to be able to peek in. Torgy Ramp. Surely you want to get on it, but now the smoke is going to fade. You've lost your opportunity. Just have to hit this one and won't be able to do it. Torgy sets himself up nicely. And so some threatening closes, some clutches get close, but Torgy will secure it and deny.
The only way he wins that if he sits it.
Yeah,
like the smoke comes in. He's not winning it otherwise. I think he got fortunate that there was the reroute back to ramp from Torgy, but otherwise that was always going to be a tough one to play out, especially against a team like MOUZ. So final tactical timeout call from FUT.
It does look silly.
Considering that's how it started,
Yeah.
it did get close, but I feel like MOUZ were in control of this the entire time.
Nice comms, low 10. Spinks getting a pat on the back for that. And oh, wow. B-Stream update on the right. Close your eyes if you don't want to see.
I think that's no surprise, really, is it?
Yeah,
Not
no.
at this point.
No. And I never thought it would happen. I didn't think it would be possible. But this new Astralis roster are exciting me.
Okay.
It's nice to see Yabi playing well. I like his style
I think
of play.
he's not been playing well at this tournament.
Has he not?
No, I think his stats were pretty bad. People were having a bit of a jibber-jabber.
Oh, well, I mean...
Previously, he was
wasn't
playing well.
referencing this tournament. I haven't seen them play once. But, you know, Ryu's an exciting prospect as well on the rifle.
Last chance to get into the game right now from FUT. See if Krabani wants to jump out the window again.
I think he should.
Maybe you'll get a better timing.
Yeah.
But this has just been a very contained T-side from MOUZ. It hasn't really required any bells and whistles, has it? It's default, we get the mid control. Once we establish that, we group up, we go for the finish together. And it's been very tempered, right? They're not in too much of a rush. We're down to 40 seconds again. They know they've got full control over FUT.
Pressure applied. A side. Benny swings into Xerxian. dziugss is going fighting. Yeah, not able to find the second. Jimmy, good on the trade. Ooh, Symmetry caught without his eye to the scope. A masterful, impactful round out of Xerxian. It just falls nicely into place for MOUZ. And their 12th round, Jimmy and Xerxian getting all 5 between them.
Yeah, just late to a lot of those fights, not ready for it, right? Even though they had the signal in connected with the Krabani fight. And again, it'll be another one of these with the loss bonus in play. So Mirage about to go against FUT. This has been their home map. This has been the map they've been picking more often than not, and especially when available.
Yeah, and it has been historically very good for them. MOUZ just a cut above Jimmy in form.
Yeah, they've picked up 13 consecutive wins on Mirage. So this is about to be snapped, unfortunately. Hard to see them be able to battle back in for 4 straight to take us to overtime. Now, I'm sure those 13 consecutive, not all against the best in the world, but the last couple, they definitely have been. Astralis, FURIA, Aurora, Astralis, G2, FURIA. That's names that you know and love.
Jimmy versus dziugss. Binks starts to throw out this one-man denial of the jungle side. dziugss does have info, but it's a dink. Not the damage he was hoping for. Wow, just the tip of his silencer. Doesn't matter. Ron assumed he was covered. Gets himself an equalizer. Torji onto Longs. That's ticket gone. Just Cemetery here on the site with somewhat of a voice. Yeah. Oh, the flash stops the spray. Nice one from Jimmy in response. Puts us into a demon clutch. Or MOUZ take their map. HP on Jimmy. If he could catch a quick one onto Torji. Sneaks in. Just too easy. Well executed. MOUZ 13, FUT 8.
That is the first time since late November 2025 FUT have lost Mirage.
I think that's such a great example of what we were talking about in the pre-show. Obviously, if you take what Sponge just said, first time in months, FUT's lost Mirage. Different level of opposition, though. You're playing against a playoff team now, a team that regularly makes playoffs. They do bring a higher ceiling to this match.
Not just a playoff team, but a team that is arguably the most consistent group stage team out of all the teams in the world, together with Vitality, obviously, who's dominating in that regard. So yeah, you can make that case, you know, and be like, FUT, it wasn't a bad performance, it wasn't a bad game. You're leading 7-2 in the first half as well. You're making the game a bit messy in the beginning as well. You win pistol, lose round 2, you then win round number 3. So you're kind of dragging MOUZ down to your own level in a way that is positive for you, that is beneficial for you, and then yet you're still not able to convert it into a victory. And I would even argue MOUZ, you know, in control here in the second half as well. So in that regard, I think I kind of got what I expected. As I said, I know a lot of people are very high on FUT right now, and I am also hyped about them. But I think there's a limitation to how much we can allow ourselves to expect from a team that is still new in this environment.
No, that's a really fair point to make. And look, I think FUT put themselves in the position to pull it off. I mean, I think the rounds that they got on the T side were really good, and they basically do what we talked about in the pregame. They play very decisive, they're very fearless, they just kind of grab up and go, and they're very good at exchanging and spacing together to make sure that they're not giving away any 1v1s or anything along those lines. But unfortunately, when we switch over to the defensive side, which is where I really thought that FUT would thrive, you know, we mentioned MOUZ have really struggled offensively on Mirage for some time now. I really thought that, you know, the anchoring of Demon and dziugss, you know, usually is very solid on a map like this one. To see them both not perform to the level that we expect out of them was definitely very damning. It seemed like Symmetry was really the only guy who was consistently putting up numbers defensively on that one.
Today, right, Chatty B?
Yeah, I think MOUZ are about to lock in their 16th consecutive playoffs with this roster, right?
16.
They came together last year. They got rid of Shui after Bounty didn't go so well. They had to use Zalex for Katowice, and then they kicked off their campaign in Cluj with a trophy. Since then, it's been consistency but no silverware. And looking to change that fate into 2026, the desk having a lengthy discussion about that consistency. Jacob referencing it, why don't we celebrate it more like the Olympics coming second? Well, the Olympics happens once every 4 years. Counter-Strike tournaments happen every week.
There is a difference.
And then they referenced Liquid. Liquid at least won when Astralis weren't there.
Ooh.
So a couple of holes.
But
we're going into the pistol round. 1 for 1 on the first map of play.
dziugss is going to have his work cut out for him here. Sweeping through the pipe, and oh, there's a whole lot more than they bargained for. Nice work line. Somehow still alive. Gets away.
Well, number advantage still can pivot. Lots of time in the round, 1 minute and 20 left on the clock.
You've even got that, like a nice package of util as well. The double flash on Torji. You got the Molotov you could throw out towards the barrel's position. He's actually going for a re-clear, and that's going to cost him. So dziugss, in pursuit of answers, has put them into an even more uncomfortable position.
I think there'll be more of the pace of what we saw in Mirage on the T side from MOUZ. You're just going to see it slow, defaults, and I think that this is where Exertion will get his confidence back. I think his head-to-head against Krebeni on A is one that he should be able to feast upon. I think, again, one of the big obstacles for FUT to overcome is going to be the amount of tape they're starting to show against top teams and continuing to reinvent the way that they as players address situations. When you're younger, you're a bit more stubborn in the way that you want to attack scenarios. So a little bit more resistance to change. You know what works, you know what gets you output, but that is going to be countered as, well, Molly does land on B, but they are going to just jaunt swiftly into the A site. The bomb will go down, and for Longs and Cemetery, that'll be round. Cemetery can hold on to this Kevlar. I think for Longs, he might hang around and look for a kill or two if he can. That's going to be 2 of the 3 pistols so far for MOUZ.
Yeah, 3 waiting in short pipe as well. The fights came to them. It was all too easy.
I think you know that's going to happen a lot against these guys, right? That's why if you're patient and you use your default, you are going to be able to topple them more often than not. So if I'm Cyclone, that's what I'm saying. Hey, boys, we know they shoot hard. We know they like to set the tone. Let's make sure we're the ones controlling the pace. And let's not get drawn into the type of game that they would like to play. If you can limit the multi-frag opportunities of dziugss and Demon, right, while they're anchoring B, you can make sure it's a bit more pitter-patter, or you have some fakes or some spacing to kind of sketch them out a little bit. I think you're going to have their number here, and this is always going to be tough against a team like MOUZ. This is where they make their money against squads like this. So with another playoffs on the line, we'll see how quickly they can make it and give them a day off too with the Thursday just to calibrate. We'll see how the playoff draw lies. We've got 3 more teams to lock in today, 3 more teams to be eliminated today, and then tomorrow, well, more of the same. Last day of the groups.
Double body
up.
For Jimmy, going to clear out connector safely. No nade on the door, so he's got safe passage as well.
Yanko saying in the FURIA game, he just wanted to see them default A. And I think that's likely what MOUZ are going to do. This will be relatively quick announcements of their presence onto A as they just link up silently. Krabeni jump spotting long. Cemetery has rotated back to the A site with the FAMAS. He's aware of the possibility they can be damn close. Oh, and he missed the info.
Yeah, already getting walked on.
Hello.
Yeah, spots ahead of Brawler, jumps up and confirms it. Crouch commit to the spray, so clawback provided. Jimmy does well. An armored USP, a bit of a rarity. Longs is lucky to be overlooked, and actually leads to a team kill. Now the spread comes through. Sports has managed to break in.
Flanking from dziugss right now. If he can get a kill, maybe a conversation.
Yeah, maybe.
Bomb has been planted.
5-7 versus Galil. I say that, Jimmy's got his Glock out. It costly if Torji goes down with this bomb, seems likely. Gonna have to try and get out of there.
Couldn't find Jimmy. Yeah, this one will be done. There's enough time to go for it. Jimmy does get it done with the Glock. So, okay, 2 consecutive, and it will be the eco now. So, relatively light work there. Sure, a moment of threat at the end, but just waiting it out, letting the fight come their way, and great start from MOUZ, looking to go 3-0 with ease. How much of this focus will be towards A? Obviously, the pistol round they were setting up for a B finish, but ended up on the A side. Now with the anti-eco, it was premeditated to go towards A. And now it should be even easier, right? This is why I think going A on the antis makes a lot more sense, because you have the rifles at range against pistols.
Makes sense.
As long as you're not getting caught in the bathroom fights or getting drawn into like a flash pop setup, you have all the advantages in the world. Oh, they smoke it and they clear it. Exertion in combination with Jimmy will be securing all this connector control.
Frees you up to really get comfortable.
This will be a good game for people at home to sit and take a look at defaults and the protocols, right?
Yeah.
What each piece of utility's for. Oh, hello.
It's a cool boost.
Nice one there. So Sphinx goes down. And so does Brolin.
Yeah, against a little uncomfortable, but they are actually reacting immediately, just snapping into the A site. So with dziugss gone, should be set to collect, despite some nice Deagle headshots. Plant truck, you hear the rotations of Demon and Longs, maybe Krabeni's flank, and yeah, Zertion's ready for him. Cemetery hoping to find that late trade, but he's not been he's been loud about it. Jimmy down. Just 3 HP on Cemetery. Zertion's going to go all the way around. If they take down Torji, it gets really uncomfortable for Zertion.
Cemetery's ready for this.
It's not planted for you in the bathrooms. It's on the truck side. He's going to hope to call the bluff.
He's got to go now.
To swing out.
They're just going to take this.
It's going to be provided. The defuse comes through, and FUT will pull it off. Lots of tricks in their book. A boost to get your pick on Spinks. You hit a nice one on the long side, and it all falls into place.
Yeah, that is a beautiful one right there. A couple of zingers on the dig. So there you go. Able to win a round that felt like it never should have been theirs. The long kill onto Spinks, and then it's the one towards long. So yeah, here's the boost that 3 men required to erect this one. Shot comes in, and as they're retaking, I'm wondering, okay, they didn't want that AK, right? That would have been another rifle to give it a go, or maybe they saved this one from Krabeni. Onto Brolin, completely shifts the conversation.
Beautiful. All right, maybe a bit of a conversation starter.
So he does get his AWP. That's a nice little boon, thanks to the eco win.
Yeah, CT side overpass. This is where Symmetry could very well start to have great impact.
Yeah, I was talking about the head-to-head between Krabeni and Exertion. This is where if Symmetry puts the leash on Exertion, that changes that convo. Torchy doesn't have his AWP out to play. So Mac 10 for Brolin and Tech 9 for Jimmy. So later on in this, as they are going through the motions, they're getting the map control. Upper bathrooms is theirs, and that pressure is actually drawing longs over to A. So this is working quite nicely as they throw a question mark smoke deep long. It's Jugs and Demon, both postured on short. And Exertion still continuing to kick up a fuss. Roland joins this as the tower right now. They need to set up the execute before the rotation comes in.
Yeah, there is no movement yet. Just these two on this very short centric hold. Or maybe ahead of the timing here. I think Jugs is still lining up nades. Yeah, okay. Now just throws out a block smoke. Demon only the one. Now they're into the site. He loves a smoke. He loves a smoke. And he's managed to use it. They've worked it out. They spam through. They've now at least got some support from Heaven. And Longs will catch Torchy looking the wrong way. Trade needed on Spinks. Longs provides. Nearly has Jimmy dead, but it's good team play off of each other. Falls into the 1v1, but the jump is punished. Symmetry closes it down. God, that was back and forth throughout.
Yeah, just the survivability of Jugs right there. Just staying alive and drawing all that fire, right? They can't focus to CT. They can't focus to Heaven because he's a bit of a nuisance. And round-winning move to allow the rotation to get there in time. So 2-2 will be the eco now for MOUZ. What should have been a steady start to this one. Or maybe not. Brolin's in with it. Galil. Is it just him alone to limit? Yeah, looks like it. So on the hero Galil to try and define answers. Just in a low point as Brolin was having a good map on map number 1. Some really impactful frags as they are grouped up over towards B. No util to make this possible. So we'll have to wait for the smokes to fade and then hope you're getting a heads-up duel. Symmetry and Krabeni have nothing to report over towards A, so Longs can stay on this site to keep it a 3-man hold.
I struggle to see how you're going to do anything with this Galil in the absence of an overplay. Oh, wow. Okay. He wants to stay in the pipe.
It's one of those convos that we have about teams who are doing nose flash pop-throughs. So this way, not only will he stuff them in the pipe, he'll be ahead of the flashes and just be able to, well, I want to say mow them down. It could get risky, but you've seen how wild these kids are when they are in these spray transfer moments. They're always just flicking around while holding mouse 1, seeing if a stray bullet catches its prey.
It's just really on the shoulders of Brolin to see if he can break into the site. They get some answers. MOUZ now know where 2 of the players on B are. Now just one of the players on B. Demon down. And now you've got, oh wow, a sequence out of Jimmy's P250. Incredible, impeccable output. Krabeni trying to stop the bleed. Messy spray, nice from Spinks, 1v1, and Jimmy will close it down. MOUZ, that was just a Galil and a P250. Yeah. They leave with a round and an AWP.
Well, both teams essentially with eco wins. Yeah. So MOUZ, again, this is just running the clock down, waiting for the U2 and taking heads-up duels. Right, slightly different to what they were doing on Mirage, but still, this must be such an annoying tempo to have to play against if you're FUT players. You want multi-kill opportunities, and you want those fights to come in early. These came in late, you're getting a little bit skittish, and a really nice round there from Jimmy, continuing the impact as the smiles are on the faces, and you have humbled FUT early.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a real nasty feeling for Jugs and Demon. It was your responsibility, and Just caught out. I mean, the efficiency of that finish as well. Like, Spinks gets output with the one Galil after Brolin's already got the opening. You don't win that round without Jimmy, of course. Had he not spent that little extra, $300.
You can always afford a P250. That's what Jason says.
That's what Jason says.
As you know, now he's not right, but you are in that situation. That's where it looks beautiful. Okay, well, we already had an eco win. This is a force fight back for FUT. Now, this one is going to be tough. Everyone has an AK, and there's that scavenged AWP. Full belts and nades. This is one of the toughest situations to see this work, and likely why they're going into one of these 4-1s. If they hit the B-bomb site, we lose jugs, we save, we do it again. If they come A, we have a stack, maybe we can capitalize. We're seeing a lot of this thought process from the teams. Makes a lot of sense. Does require a bit of a gamble. A little bit of lady luck as Jugs is peppered down. Throws out his block smoke, and it's not enough to get any rotation happening. They need to stick to this. He has another one available. Krabeni just got a smoke from Longs. Is he going back to spawn to donate this to Jugs for another block on B? He's just gone back and okay, it's been thrown out, never mind. So just keep channeling those smokes.
Yeah, Longs is going to get a head-to-head. Wow, that's incredible output.
Bomb spotted.
Bomb spotted, double kill on the 5-7.
And time again. Now it's a problem for MOUZ.
Yeah, this gets awkward. This gets uncomfortable. You want to go down con, you're going to have someone hot on your heels. You're throwing out smokes. You get flanked if they time this right. And they are starting to move on the flank. Krabeni's will be there. Short is smoke, so channeled into Monster. A flash confirms Spinks is occupied it. Now they're quick and hot on the heels of Exertion. He's distracted. They're still trying to kick open the door. Great control
10
of
seconds.
the spray. Through the wall, Deagle headshot, and down go MOUZ. God, no one can catch a break.
Damn, okay. That is a round where MOUZ have everything they need and more, and they still can't get it across the line. Longs with a statement, double there on the 5-7. Long, just pound for pound, this gun delivering. Oh, that range, it looks like a thing of beauty. Yeah, I think that says it all. All right, well.
And that's the other side of the playing the clock game. You know, running down the clock. You ended up with 30 seconds in a really uncomfortable position.
And you see the idea work. All right, they channel the smokes, they block them.
Krabeni's just swinging. No, like, flashbang, no utility whatsoever. He just goes running into connector, and fair play. He has taken Brolin down.
We have seen some maps where Jimmy's been abused in connector, right? There was just a lot of setups of flashes to be in his face, and I think that's something that is a good learning moment for MOUZ, right? If other teams want to do that, they need to have different ways to assist him or to be able to deal with it. So the fact we've gone 4v4, Krabeni lays his life on the line, and that is a gun to be scavenged for Spinks, who at this moment just has the Tech 9. So we've got to creep up, grab that, and everybody has something to work with.
Understandably hesitant on the retrieval mission. Could have been a little bit of bait.
You have to contact on the finish, Alex. You don't have a smoke.
Yeah, but Jugs might be caught by this. Yes, he is. Nice adjustment from Spinks. Brings him down with Krabeni's AK and then swings on into the headshot of Demon. Oh, nice response. Exertion quick on the trigger. Nice back from Longs.
Fast flank. Not considered.
Yeah, not looking at all. Torji was unprepared
noisy
for that. Yep, and now jumps up for the clutch, and Longs will close. Wow. Okay, you can do it with the digs, but now you've won them consecutive. Demon says nice shot to Exertion it was.
Okay, so you've won out the financial control. I don't think we'll get a hero Galil on Brolin again.
You're going to have a real functional CT haul. Feels like 5 a certainty.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy coming in, just this Deagle on Exertion right now. Maybe the comms were crazy. I swear that flank was very loud, and Torji just posted with the orb. Maybe hoping and praying.
Cool way to donate util. Thrown over the hedge.
And you know that MOUZ are really going to make footwork for this one, right? In no rush. Fitty getting sprayed. That one has been communicated, but that's fine. It's okay that you know where we are. We're breaking balloons. MOUZ's bar is just going to be 4 rounds on the T side, and they're just one way round, excuse me, away from that. So they know that they can still take this in two. It is going to be labeled, it is Overpass, but they picked this as hopefully a weakness against FUT. And there you go, Krabeni. I think he's got up at the waiting. Happy to get his eeks. In-game lead attacks. Beautiful. Finally a round where it's not stressful. And this is a difference from the last time they played against the expected eco. I know there was the Galil, but they've actually gone, taken some space, closed down the map, brought the fights to MOUZ, and secured that 5th. Torji's AWP, not a possibility. A timeout by Cyclone into this one. So we're just going to hold on to this FAMUS. So how will that shape the CT setup coming into it? And coming out of the timeout, Coolio also gets that 30 seconds. So does he have something that they want to respond with that can set the tempo or maybe unravel whatever Cyclone had in mind? That would obviously come with something aggressive or maybe a bit of a trap laid.
I just realized MOUZ are wearing a different jersey today.
Yeah,
You're right.
they change pretty frequently.
Yeah. Mixing it up. Like if you lose in one color, you change.
Four-man B start on the defense. Heavy towards A. This is the 3-1-1. Jimmy Con speaks outside B. And the pack, which is Xerxon, Torji, and Brolin will work for this space. So I'm going to slide the boost up. Nobody postured forward. Oh, okay. Just straight up wallbanged. Just straight up wallbang. Poor Jimmy. And dziugss will take the space. I like this. Staying slippery.
Yeah, that is inspired from dziugss.
Spinks is coming back noisily. Yeah. Oh, you don't play that. Yeah, you have to wait. You have to let him pass. Now you take the timing. dziugss has so much info.
This is massive.
They've heavily rotated towards
like
A.
A 3-man hold on A.
This will be a free kill.
There's no way Spinks ready for this. Exertion cracks open. Benny. Spinks down. Now what do you do?
Trying to pivot connector on the gap.
Could be the gap. Could be the gap. Could be the go. Exertion's going to go long to try and sell that they're finishing A, but already dziugss is going to try and beat them to it.
And rotation's already back on B. They're aware of some possibility of a slip, but Spinks has gone down. That's the player that is the outside B defaulter. So informed that there should really be nobody here unless it's out of the box for MOUZ. They clear off connector. They regroup with 30 seconds again. This is classic Overpass.
Oh, yeah. You've only got one smoke for the finish. Going to have to be some good flashbangs. Longs in the right place. Here it comes. Nails the shot. Exertion's gone. Nice from Demon. Proactive. Brings the fight to them.
That's a sick round.
Beautifully put together.
I love the fact they kill the connector player, and then as soon as they know he's dead, they just walk through the smoke. Right? That's the type of gamble that you have to take in games like this. It's a risk, right? He walked through, and they were playing more than one con.
Which
okay, you're dead,
seen.
and we're in a 4v4 at that moment. Here it is, just the wall bang, erratic at range. Jimmy, I'd be spewing right there. And this one, okay, now it gives you so much information. MOUZ feel like they're in a box. They go back to investigate. They get offered nothing. 3-man setup on A. Very well done as it'll be back down to just the pistols. Cyclone took a timeout for that. Starting 4B again. Really do not want to allow MOUZ to get away with a B execute or a pop again, at least in the early stages of the round. Off the boost, they'll take the space. Nade a little bit deep. Now waiting for a B finish. You can see that smoke was lined up before. There's a bunch of flashes to scale in with. There are 2 HEs, so are these to break or are these for stack nades? We will never find out.
Yep. Short control maintained. dziugss backs away. Gives him the space, and now here comes the finish. Heading out Monster, perfectly timed HG. Finished off nicely. Headshot on the M4. Absolutely no problems there. Triple out of dziugss.
Yeah, this is nice with 5 staying alive. This is going to set them up pretty now. There's at least 2 buys available extra down the stretches. That's the exact amount of rounds we have left to play. So they're in a really strong position to continue this domination. 5 straight rounds, bomb not going down, and Well, not being able to come out on top of those forced by wars, MOUZ, they're going to be kicking themselves. Third map of Dust 2, highlighted by the Death to start the day, has been seen as a bit of a weakness for MOUZ. It was their permaban last season when Anubis was not in the pool. So for it all to be decided there, maybe FUT have other plans.
Important timeout from Cyclone as well. Shows how important it is to end this T-side with at least another. You said 4, right? That was the kind of the bare minimum.
Yeah, I think that's enough with the pistol to get them going. Well, it actually buys you the buffer if you lose the pistol, right? It just means that you need to be relatively flawless with your gun rounds, but...
MOUZ are capable.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. Now, from 4-man B starts to a 4-man A start on the offensive FUT.
Okay, first time we've seen him go for this kind of maneuver, and Symmetry's even caught them boosting. Ooh, baby. Exertion. Strides towards the playground. Krabeni's flanking them.
He's piped through this.
Good. Catches the aggress. Not expecting another, though. Gets away. Dips away. This is a little too much. Oh, Jimmy up the ladder.
He's going to come back to his demise, though. There's no way Exertion doesn't frag him now.
Well, now he knows he's there. Krabeni could have himself a third here.
Double swing.
Double swing into the nade combo. Krabeni does end with 3. What an inspired round of aggression.
Yeah, this is such a nice way late in the piece to set the tempo, right? Because you know they're going to have full guns again. They're ready for everything. Symmetry ready for the boost. They play up close to the smoke. So sure, Exertion is unknown, but play ahead of it and really just turning the screws on MOUZ right now.
And a similar philosophy from the connector round we loved so much, where juugss pushed Con off of the wallbang. Your Symmetry gets this, and immediately Krabeni's like, okay, there's a gap here. And it's a massive gap. I mean, how often has Jimmy died there at that time? I tell you, that's a rarity.
Final round of the first half. Can they salvage this one? Symmetry piped up long, very aggressive. There is a blind spot. Oh, the tree saved him.
Mother Earth's on MOUZ's side.
Okay. Well, he knows he's tagged in the bullet straight through the stump. Not reactive. Very reactive. Oh!
Awareness from Brolan. Catches him going walkabout. Expect him to have come in pairs. Just looks away, though, as Demon does catch him.
Well, not in a rush. MOUZ is still strung out across the map, right? They haven't immediately tried to snap in and take some space elsewhere. They know Krabeni, the A rifler, are alive. Lonks the rotator, and Demon, one of the B anchors. So piecing this together, they know how valuable this round is. Symmetry will also say, hey, I hit Exertion. He has to be low. So it's just going to take a multi-kill to tip the tides. And they are grouping up to finish B. Krabeni continues to play for info. He's pushed up just above connector. So longs the Demon, gets to batten down the hatches.
Spinx is ready and holding for this. They will walk through the monster smoke. Spinx not looking. An opportunity Krabeni will not waste. Big find, pulls us even. A headshot provided. Demon is low. They run him down. Important from Exertion. Now traded by Lonks. Overlooked on the swing. I'm going to announce his reposition as Jimmy head-to-head. Lonks is ready for it. He just keeps holding it down. Gets Torji down to 20 HP. Krabeni's with him last seen short, and that's enough. That's one hell of a defensive half.
Considering the ebbs and flows of that, you lost the pistol. You lost the force. You won an eco. That's where it started to go wrong for MOUZ. That's actually what brought them back into it. Their MOUZ win an eco of their own, but from that point, they don't win another round on the T side. So when you think of the rounds that MOUZ won, they didn't win a gun round, right? They win the pistol, they win against the force, and then they have the Galil P250 round. So not a single rifle round.
Quite condemning.
Yeah, that is a stat line that feels like it's awfully against you here, but great output from Lonks and Krabeni. Both of them in the teens, 14 and 12 between those two. Oh, and Torji, I didn't even notice.
I didn't either.
I didn't even notice.
Man's got 59 damage.
I can't believe that. It obviously wasn't a great. It wasn't a great half.
You know how players can have like quiet 18s. That's a quiet 0.
That's a quiet 0.
It is a quiet 0.
Jeez. Okay. Well, Torji, you need to get 1.
Yeah.
And then you can open the account. CT side AWPing Overpass.
Exactly.
That, just keeping in mind, you have to get the AWP. So you're going to have to You're going to have to get the pistol to get you there.
Another pistol would
So,
get you there.
yeah, let's see. Okay, this is backfiring right now on MOUZ.
Yeah, the Overpass pick not looking too comfortable. An inspired CT side from FUT.
Torji solo A as well.
Yeah. Let's see if he can get that goose egg.
How bad can it get? How bad can it get?
He's going to have a chance. Hits Krabeni for 2 bullets. Backs away, pulls the rotate.
Beautiful. Well, Exertion pushing out to short is on his own right now. Can they isolate the man with the Bredders? He's actually backpedaling to join Jimmy, so a safer route now that he's lost that heavy B lean.
They freeze. Hoping for an overextension from the short side. Exertion not going to oblige. Torji on the reclears. Could be in a powerful position if Krabeni does try and leave towards the toilet side. Block smoke now deployed. And it is going to be Torji.
He's on the board.
Getting on the board. A clean headshot onto Krabeni.
Symmetry's lurking A right now.
Yeah.
So if they fight Torji, Symmetry kills Spinks, they're in A.
Here we go. Symmetry's not looking. He's aware. Oh, it's a golden opportunity. Torji's still got another though. Running in with a knife! Crazy! Crazy, because now they have got the A side. Massive rotation though. You can see them coming in. 2 from the dumpster, already throwing out a smoke to try and deny full control of the site. Important fight. The Jugs will win. Crazy. MOUZ's pistol slipping away. Exertion, good flank. Oh no, reveals it too early. Pulls the trigger. Symmetry aware. Him and Jimmy got to combine. It's a nice headshot. Gives Exertion room. Now use MOUZ's smoke against them. Fake the runaway. Now Demon onto truck tuck. Exertion cognizant. Time ticking. Good again from Jimmy. Saving MOUZ. This is a pistol that they must convert. Even getting onto the defuse as well. The covering fire required from Exertion. A 10-second stick that, could get him off it. Gets him off it. Jugs can disappear. Now unwinnable. There's nothing you can do. This is a FUT pistol. This surely means a FUT overpass. Knife kills. Crazy.
And Torji even gets on the board. It's still not enough. The man gets 2 kills in that round. And that is not enough to get them across the line. The Symmetry lurk, you think there's the thorn in the side. This is Torji, his existence. It's going to make it so tough. And this is a labored fight from the 2 of them. Symmetry says, you're not getting away from me. This one right here through the cusp of the smoke.
Jimmy gave it his best shot. Look at these shots.
The angles he's pipping right there. Good attempt from Jimmy. But Gene up his boy.
Yeah, man. I mean, understandably.
Jimmy's going to have to do it on his own.
Oh, look at these layered flashes they've got. 4 pop. Jimmy down after 1.
Fast down con. Maybe not. Not wanting to brave the door. It ain't open, so the long way around. Exertion and Brolin in through spawn. Symmetry spotting this.
Bomb has been planted.
I think you have to save.
You don't wanna. You really don't
You
wanna.
really don't wanna. But you don't have a choice. It's been made for you.
Wow.
Okay, dominance.
I mean, you'd call that like a real simple, clear-cut call as well, right? That's what. Let's flash and go B.
Yeah, and with the stack that's come in from MOUZ, right? They're in the wrong place. So really just having a tough time getting the read on foot with this one. Might not be a single gun round to note for them in this map. And then Dust 2, okay.
And isn't the Dust 2 was the map where MOUZ did look, you know, kind of outclassed by Vitality when we were watching that recently?
Yeah, so it's not their favorite, right? Last season it was a ban for them while Train was in the pool. Once Anubis comes in, they remove Anubis. They don't like that map at all. So Dust 2 they deal with, but still showing some problem signs on it. So there is a real opportunity. I think after it was Mirage, he's sitting thinking, okay, MOUZ should, especially with the way that they were in so much control. They were in so much control on the T side,
half,
just
yeah.
the tone that they were setting. They were going through the default. They were never really getting pressured at any point. They were able to finish together, good trade work, just simple Counter-Strike. And Overpass offers you more of that. But because of the force buy wars early, they weren't ever able to get on top of the money. And well, now it is essentially going to be force buying out the game. So it'll be a similar round for FUT to have to deal with. This time there's an M4. So slight upgrade from the Famis in the hands of Spinks, the A defender, alongside of Torji's AWP, which in this equation is a scout. One. Maybe B lean for the defense this time. Torji will be playing forward on A. Can he get a tag? No chance. Flashed off. Backs off.
Certainly try.
This is the standard 3-1-1 from the T's. We saw them have an issue with that setup against FURIA, right? Where it was MongolZ alongside of Yakinda playing the AWP rifle setup forward in the bathrooms. Well, they've used 2 mollies there to make sure Divider is clear. They know that they're up against these lighter weapons, and big rotation back to A. Staging area of long being taken now. Only have...
Would love to have hit that. It's a crouching static target. Ooh, Krabeni still throwing out his nades. Torji really wants to finish off the job here. You've already lost Roland. Jimmy chipping in. Heavy problems for the T's. Long's backing away, but Symmetry pushing forward, forging a path into the site. Spots the shoulder. Jimmy on site, backs into Long's 1v1. Oh, he even hit the headshot. Symmetry, just 1 point of health. Still gets it. 12 on the board for FUT.
That's a 5v5 on the A side right there. I understand they have the weapon advantage, but that's tough. You're going into the stack, you get caught ahead of the play, you're trying to execute through it.
A single point of health makes all the difference.
All right, MOUZ gun round. Not everything you'd want, but everything you've got. And you're going to have to give it that because you are going to need a run of 9 if you want to see overtime. This is where, for a young team like FUT, you would love to see them get over the line right here, right now. Right, that dominant fashion.
Yeah.
You start letting them back in. No, the scoreline looks condemning now.
Oh, that looks pretty condemning as well. Longs flashed through. Not blind was Spinks, but hitting a blinder is Longs.
Okay, so 2 noted on A. 1 divided, 1 pushed up long. Surely you accelerate B now. You have info on 2 players. Also taking down Jimmy.
Jimmy, yeah. Exertion's going to peek through. Surely Krabeni's a dead man. They're going to lose the bomb here. Trigger discipline. One of them gets the drop on another. Heavy damage onto Symmetry. Looking good. Exertion. Solid defense. Missed incendiary. Costs him nothing. Okay, MOUZ will repel the first of the many tests ahead.
I think Krabeni's going to be frustrated because as the in-game leader, he's noted immediately. He's heard all those comms. We've killed 1 on A. We've taken contact divider and long. I've killed 1 on B. We need to be going B, but everybody else was a bit slow to react, right?
Yeah.
This is where theory and the Counter-Strike comes in of, okay, so we know this, but, the info's here. You need your players in those moments to understand, oh, I have a smoke, and I'm in this position, I can quickly smoke heaven. You need to be able to connect very fast in those moments. For Krabeni in that situation, I guess he's hoping that's what happens. That's why he's leading with the bomb, going in on his own. He's hoping it's clicked with the rest of his team. He's probably said, go B. But the details aren't there, and that's going to cost you. So, unfortunately, it is the right call, but in that situation, if he called a pause and they reset and played it out, probably the better of the options. Now they're down to a little bit tougher of a situation. 1 more of these for MOUZ, and the finances are broken, and FUT can start working in. Excuse me, MOUZ can start working in.
Yeah. Not Mirage anymore.
That's so tough. That's one in the review. It's like, all right, boys, you know, we have this info. We either need to react quicker or... Oh, the timing on that.
Be better.
I felt like they played into it. We saw the nade come and they started strafing, and now opening kill comes in. Longs has been having a strong map, 17 kills. Offers up an opening death.
It's going to be a long walk. Torji's jump spotting this. But Krabeni does have a good weapon for that fight. Doesn't hit the opportunity.
This is where Symmetry can scale up behind the scout. Committed?
Wow, yeah, he does commit to it. Okay, no Spinks. Torji back side. Supportive flash is good. Block smoke even better. Hit a bullet there. Roland, the whole squad is here. He receives them. Demon gets shut down on the push through, and yeah, Cemetery just accepts his fate there.
Yeah, looked threatening for a second, but tough one. Okay, Eco now. Torji knowing that, he's going to be in with an MP9, so we'll see Torji play aggressive, see if he can farm up some extra cash. That timing, Nate comes in, catches longs. I like the idea. All right, so we are going to throw this molly so Cemetery can scale up, but the fight came in from MOUZ simultaneously, so very well handled.
A lot more where that came from.
Yeah, this one a bit of a non-starter for FUT.
Let Torji have the eats.
And that should be the plan. So he went from 0 kills in the first half to 7 now in the second. So he's already tied up with Brolin, and he's only 2 away from Spinks. So can already forget about that first half of play. And when you're the AWPer and you only have the AWP sparingly, it is going to be hard to fulfill what you practice. Going to value as much as they can with these Glocks.
Yeah, MOUZ showed them how it's done, right?
Well, it's just going to be hard to... MOUZ have to buy every round. So to put them in a position where their money is tough, it's where you're going to have like a spree of rounds coming very close. You know, just like 1v1s, 1v2s. So we'll just continue to farm up a few of these. Torchi gets stuck inside. You brought us in for a reason. There you have it, okay. Just a 6-round gap. Sure, Torji has to, yeah, okay. I was about to say, if Torji doesn't upgrade, I'm wondering if he actually just wants to go to Dust 2. So he does, he moves away from the MP9, the AWP comes in. All right, this is what you need to see. Update on screen, close your eyes if you don't want to see it.
Finally an AWP for Torji. Playground swinging through into AWP, and immediately Torji's impact felt. Demon versus, I was going to say Spinks, but gets caught by the wallbang.
Okay, Longson now exertion showing the proficiency there, and this is where T-side overpass starts to hurt. Top timing.
Yeah, lovely position. Jimmy, just an easy headshot. Takes down one, and the cover, the support from exertion is there. Jimmy, damn, not messing around. Knows that ranged fight, catches Cemetery through the smoke to make it just 5 rounds in a row required. 5 more, I should say.
Yeah, and I think when you look at it, obviously they just need 1 round. So just one moment has to go wrong for MOUZ for them to lose this map. But it's a bit of a worrying sign. I understand that the buys haven't been the best, but they've managed only 3 kills in the 4 consecutive. So they need to start making a bit more of a dent. And that is just to, first of all, keep a bit more pressure on MOUZ, but also the max loss bonus is in play, so if you can be threatening enough to get in the site and keep planting, you can keep having gun rounds, and that is going to be the way that eventually MOUZ should crack. But it wouldn't surprise me if they bring it all the way back to overtime. This is Overpass, heavily CT-sided. You know how this goes. And you're up against an inexperienced squad who are very eager to be done with this. These are the learnings. These are the hard lessons.
Spinks as well. Pushes up, tucks in. Kraveni's not ready for that.
This is the worst case, right? I was like, keep it threatening. You know, you want to be in positions where you can trade off of each other.
Get a plan.
Right, and right now, the fact that you're just hemorrhaging 2 opening kills, well, on opposite sides of the map.
Ooh, very quick reactions out of Torji. It's not enough.
Oh,
hang on. They might get the site. It's Brolin, though. And now, at least, at the cost of Longs, they know where he is. Lovely work from Brolin, making it a little casual, and then a supportive flash to deny further.
Okay, so a slight bit of sweat on the brow, but still Brolin, the safe pair of hands, the Swede, keeping it cool, calm, and collected to make it now just a 4-round game. Okay. You can see it happening. Just have to look at that FUT game against FURIA. That one went triple overtime. And eventually the wheels started to come off. It started to get a bit more disconnected. Players taking gaps, playing on their own. That's it for the timeouts. Nothing left. Both coaches flying blind for the next handful until we get to overtime and you get a little replenishment. All right, FUT. Another partial, another gun round. Symmetry all. 4-1, preparing for B. Spinks blocking A, standard combo. Stairs smoke. Playground molly, and they're through. They are through.
This is quick. Nonk's even relaying that info of Spinks' retreat. He wasn't quiet about that.
Toji's back now. Cover off the long side for Spinks. So this is the gap. And some noise. Doesn't land that molly, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Spinks on high alert. Krabeni's coming. He defies the Spinks. Loves to take number 2. Denied by Symmetry.
Toji coming in for this.
Okay. Nice to see him not playing scared. Forced off by the flash.
Heard the scope.
Ooh, missed shot baited. Nice quick switch to the Tech 9. Secures the frag.
There's another one where that came from. What's the info there?
Yeah.
Oh!
Gets the info, an instantaneous trade from Brolan.
Nice shot. Bomb loose. Oh, Exertion. He's going to get caught. He's going to get caught.
Ooh, Exertion had like a little premonition there, a little too late.
2v2, 35 seconds. Bomb down long.
Bomb under Brolan's boots.
So if you win out 2 1v1s, you can win the round.
And there's one 1v1 for Jimmy. Now all on to Demon. 20 seconds. Does get the head-to-head duel. Brolan not scared. Impact fragging from the captain of MOUZ. And what looked like a ridiculous idea of MOUZ being able to take us to overtime, looking a little less silly now.
Yeah, for sure. Because again, this is a situation where the bomb doesn't go down. It'll be another partial.
T-side overpass can be like this, right? I mean, this is the nature of the beast. Just ask MOUZ. Not a single gun round on their T-side. And all FUT have to show for it is the pistol and the 2 rounds conversions.
So this is where Krabeni is going to need to do this with his team, right? Does he have any ideas? Do they have a pick they want to call, or does he feel the flow of a game, something he can create to get them the round? Well, 3 through connector.
Oh, beautiful timing. Demon just lucky to be alive.
Yeah, very much so. So I was going to say unconfirmed. Everyone close-up connector.
I mean, they are hedging B, right? 3-2.
I just think the problem with this is they do have nades for the execute, but the flashes have to be perfect because you don't have any mollies to displace dice or truck.
Right.
I understand the stacks on the other side, but...
I do.
And now that's info.
There's a lot of info. Bob spewed out of his face. Here come those flashes. Torchi's just going to back away. They feel like mission's accomplished. They've already got the early advantages, and so things can tick along nicely for number 10.
Yeah, haven't been able to get anything out of this hero AK.
Hard to see a way in. Torchi's played it perfectly. Jugs saved by the dice box is only delaying the inevitable. The 1 HP, 1v5.
All right, we're at the business end now.
Yeah, we've got that.
We're at the most tense moments, and this is tough for an inexperienced team, a team playing in the big boy league now and having to take on MOUZ, who are perpetual playoffs, right? This is them looking to get it done 2-0. And sure, oh, it's close. Yeah, we picked Overpass, but this is a confidence builder. This is, okay, we're down, we're out, but we're still MOUZ, the same team who's making playoff after playoff after playoff.
And that round recap really does just show the kind of duality of Overpass.
Yeah, both teams you can see really struggling to get the bomb down in any of these key moments, right? So within this run, now they're starting heavy A. Not going to let them default as they'd hope. This is it.
Yeah, this is going to be one hell of a fight. Brolan ready to react off the long push as well. They're just lining up for it's a perfect setup here from MOUZ. Spinks is going to have a field day. Torchy pulls the trigger first, then Spinks will activate. Good from dziugss. Oh, nothing from Torchy. A nice double from the double Ds. dziugss down. Exertion matches their output. Puts us into a 3-on-2. It's messy. It ain't going to be easy. Long occupied, and that's trajectory of the HE tells them that there was a body there. Jimmy's already tucked truck. Krabeni, how is he clears?
He's not clearing this.
It doesn't matter if you do. Cemetery, little to do.
Winnable.
Certainly winnable.
Does he consider it?
Doesn't look like he will. Drop on him. Doesn't finish his meal.
Torchy's rotating in. Bomb can go down. It's exertion, excuse me.
Okay. Planted bankside.
Got the smoke, got the kit.
To win. Let's see if the exertion pedigree is once again on display, or can Cemetery, disruptive youth, force a third map. He has no idea where exertion's coming from.
He's got 10 bullets. If the smoke lands on the bomb, he's going to have to reload.
Smoke and kit. Exertion's got the health advantage. He's got the experience advantage. And that's that nightmare combination of sounds. Ooh, Exertion gets away with it. Pulls another round in out of the bag for MOUZ.
Yeah, huge impact from him. What a massive round. That triple, obviously the 1v1 to close up the double while he was in con. What a nuisance. And the fight comes their way. It's essentially deathmatch at the fountain.
That's their top performer.
Well,
securing another one.
The bomb's gone down. The bomb has gone down in this one. So finally, with the way things have been going, they can get out of this rhythm of gun round, partial, for the final round, round 24, before we hit overtime. Cemetery will have it all. There's rifles in the mix. There's U2 here. This can still go wrong for MOUZ. Can they push us from 12-3 to 12-12?
Let's find out. Would be one hell of a run from MOUZ. At least you got the bomb down. Cemetery has facilitated this. Will it really have been all for naught? Could be somewhat of a heartbreaker if MOUZ pull this off all the way, only to trip at the final hurdle.
Similar rounds, right? They're playing heavy towards A on the T side, but the difference is MOUZ's defense. This time they've hedged for B. They start with the 4-1, and now Spinks comes back to join Torchy. Torchy's gotten 13 kills on this CT side. Slipping up long. Torchy's AWP not overseeing it. Spinks jumping from bank. Steps made upper bathrooms. dziugss still lurking outside of B. Exertion looking like he wants to start rotating and assist this A side of things. Spinks might get a shock here.
Yeah, especially with the AWP now trained on this. Cemetery hoping to catch the jump spot. Spinks is going to throw out a flash that already launches ahead of. Demon there for the trade, and the bomb's on its way into the site. Quick reactions. Pushing further forward is Longs for the block, but looking good. MOUZ already got the frags, but there's two back. Exertion reveals his position on the way back in. Catches the lurker on B. A little bit of moment's respite to plant. Do some scavenging.
What's with the AWP, really?
I'm not sure about that. There's an M4 in front of him. Might elect to peek with the AWP first around dice. Powerful position. Jimmy using the sound cue to just walk straight through the smoke could subvert the expectation and confirms they're both likely stairs.
There's this incendiary for the bomb, and there's no smoke.
This is the kill. Jimmy's in the perfect position for this. Yep, nails it. Cemetery's gone. Longs, what are you made of? Not enough. MOUZ run it all the way to overtime.
What a comeback. This is the class of MOUZ on display to tie things up.
Truly.
Okay, and now this is where they take over. This is where it could even just be a sweep. There has been no taste of success for FUT since the pistol and those conversions. And they even had that 4v3 scenario where they just overplayed their hand, went fast into B, and since there, it's just been one-way traffic. Take a look at that. Last couple, yeah, they get a little bit closer, sure. They had some opportunities, some Tech-9 slipping the net, but otherwise, overtime, and MOUZ can take this in too.
A brief sigh of relief for MOUZ. Little bit of room to maneuver now.
But you know, this is where one of two things happens. Either MOUZ just continues to dominate, or the pressure gauge for FUT gets alleviated oh so little that they go back and you see them win this first and you go, well, where was that?
Yeah,
right. Why couldn't you do that in that spread? So if you ever question the mental side of Counter-Strike, here it is on display. Let's find out which of the two it is.
Oh, the setup's brilliant. You go throw it like a shallow smoke, and then Jimmy just catches you as you go walking through. You can't flash him. Oh, maybe you can a little. Demon breaks down. First on the site, Exertion swings one out in combination with Roland. Just a shutdown of the B defense. 1 versus 2 if he can try and run at Exertion. He's got the opportunity for the duel. Torchi's not fighting. Say that as he does actually fire off the shot. Doing the damage onto Exertion. And a ball. Playing scared at all though, is he? Exertion swings on out and puts him down.
It's fucking good, man. They just did monster pop, yeah? Yeah.
Okay, just debriefing there on what unfolded, trying to keep tabs on what could come next. And I think with a lot of these 4-1B starts, they've been expecting B plays. So there, it was a bit more standard, but it hadn't come, at least not when they were expecting it during regulation. So Jimmy handles that well. Sure, only the 1 kill before traded, but that's what you need from your monster defender to slow the roll down.
Coolio straight into that timeout.
Well, he knows they just need something, right? Krabani even got the opening pick in that situation.
Even just an idea.
I think it's so tough, right? This is, I would say, the worst map to call on the T side.
I can't argue with that.
I just think it's so complex and so many little details can go wrong. If the CTs are playing a strong transitional defense, right, where we do the smoke molly, you have to take your time, you have to work through connector. They don't even have to fight you. They just have to posture. They just have to slow you down. He comes in, molly doesn't land. Now Demon has a lot to worry about as he rounds that corner. He could work with the flash, sure, but 2 up con. 3-man A defense this time. 2 up bathrooms.
We haven't seen this setup once in regulation.
All being on B. Gives them a lot of space.
They have been consistently throwing this kind of Molotov, though. I wonder if it's going to force Exertion to react. No. He can tuck in. Oh, whoa! Nearly got 2 through the smoke there. Demon goes down. Exertion burning to 36.
As long as he gets out.
Symmetry's there to punish this, but he's flashed it. Diligent stuff from Exertion. Meantime, Krabeni's fallen.
And now you know. I've seen Brolin and Exertion on A. At this point, we've walked into the trap. We've given up 2. Symmetry gets them something to work with.
Unnecessary jump spot gets punished.
Jugsville, he has to make a play on B. Okay, they might go back to finish on B. I was going to say, if they want to get into this round, you need to try something a little bit more risky. He's caught them pushing, but hasn't made the play. Torchi's all posted short, but well, yeah, has to consider the monster slip. Well timed.
This is going to be flushed
no
into the
choice
site here. Spot the crossing. Torchi very nice and nimble on the AWP. And now Symmetry, a dead man scoping. Spinks boxing him in. It's all on to Jugs. Roland there for it. Yeah, looking like MOUZ have not stopped winning rounds since 12 was red for FUT.
Yeah, 11 straight now. So 13 consecutive to close it in what will be quite the fashion.
I think you've forgotten what winning a round feels like.
100%. 100%.
Just feeling like you're on the eternal T-side misery.
And you're going to swap over. And then if I'm MOUZ, I do something, I take a massive risk on my first.
Yeah, you do something ridiculous.
Right, I do something a little bit out of the box. Something that might catch them off guard, because also...
how about this for ridiculous?
B-rush.
Run into Jimmy! Jimmy says no! Round done. He's been waiting for that. He has been begging for that call to be made. And he feasts.
It's just tough to watch what is a talented squad's inexperience on display. Again, this will be a learning for later.
MOUZ had plenty of these at the start of their career.
Bro, you're so good.
This is domination now. Just one more required.
I knew they need to do something.
Yeah, he's right. They did need to do something. Run through a smoke to their demise. As you imagine the mental of what this team, average age of 19.
Gosh.
More experienced playing the game than probably anything else in life. And right now, when you're going up against some of the world's best and you're in these tough games, you have this one and you have the FURIA, right? Both of those.
Yeah, and you know they're going to be drilling T-side overpass in the scrims tonight. Trying to add a couple more tools to the toolbox.
He gets his orb playing through Con.
Maybe the CT side feels like a breath of fresh air.
Torshi might get his first T-side kill of the series.
Yep.
Sorry, of the map, not the series.
Not the series.
He was definitely present on Mirage.
It has been that long overpass. It does feel like a series. And there it is.
Okay.
Immediately.
Beautiful. Okay, and that's it. Torshi, for a lot, is probably people's favorite MOUZ player. Right, he's gone with the energy, shows some vulnerable emotion at times, and definitely can have some moments. So opening incision, crazy from him. 0-11 to 17-16.
Yeah, respect.
So great mental here from Torshi.
He didn't look too flustered on the cams, did he, on the swap of the sides? So it's admirable. I think most of us would have put ourselves into a pit of despair after a half like
it's
that.
over. I can't hit anything.
Yeah, you're tapping
We're
out.
washed. We're losing a foot. And now you're about to make it straight sets to get things done.
Yeah, this has been, I mean, impeccable from MOUZ. And if you can convert this advantage, you will have had a perfect run. FUT have been frozen on 12. 20 seconds, they got to go. Smoke break punish. dziugss catches Jimmy. That's important. This is also Demon can't quite close it down, but dziugss fills in the void. Look at the health on them. Look at the time against them. dziugss brings down Brolan. Just Torshi. No time to win this one. Cemetery wins, Joe, just staying alive unless he gets swung upon. He'll tuck in, safe and sound. FUT finally get the taste of victory once more.
Well, it's been a while. Now we get to learn, is it really just all about the CT sides?
Maybe.
That could be the next conversation starter in this one.
Will we see MOUZ win a gun round on the T side?
Well, I guess the same could be said for FUT.
Yeah.
So how long can this warfare continue? MOUZ, the perpetual playoff team.
I mean, as far as, you know, the flow chart of winning a T side round, you got your opener.
Yes. Well, the same thing did happen to FUT as well. It's just this map.
Ugh.
Some people like it.
Yeah, it is kind of like the Marmite of Counter-Strike maps. You either love it or you hate it.
Right now, I don't know which it is for FUT. But either way, they're in it, and they're still in it to win it.
Okay.
If it was dominant, if they got it done, Dust, it would be on Dust 2 right now. That conversation with potential weakness against MOUZ.
I think you're foreshadowing of saying you wanted to see them win it the first round.
Yeah, it was just that.
And then what
it was always
followed?
going to get harder round after round.
Yeah, you saw what was coming. You saw the writing on the wall. This boost just try and catch anyone trying cheeky business on Heaven. Stacknade's barrels would work. It's just Spinks. I guess some chip damage. Boost up from Demon does work out wonderfully. Jimmy was unprepared for that, so now the CT side has got the opening. Even more promising for a FUT 14th.
Trades on
Spinks,
B.
yeah, gets traded out.
Well, that doesn't. You can stay 2-2. When you're in a 4v3 like this, you can stay 2-2. There's no need to overplay your hand to B. Absolutely no need.
You jump spawn at your own peril here. And there's info. Okay. Torshi's got the bomb, got the orb. Cemetery is going to be feeling like he wants to get out of there. And he will be allowed to.
You can see the B setup as well starting to play a bit more retake. That'll allow a quicker rotation. So 40 seconds, it will be the A finish.
Yeah, but you are getting quicker over there. Okay, now he's moved to long. Maybe you do start to move.
Well, the util's the tell. It has to be.
Here they come. Important fight won by exertion. Cemetery under a lot of pressure. Plays the edge of the smoke. Oh, losing health. Still has the line. Overlooked by Brolan. Important from the sniper. Another one as well. FUT fine 14. The T-side woes continue for everyone.
All right, well, last round, T-side overtime for FUT, they rushed B. I don't think we'll see the same from MOUZ. But I still think something with where a bit more of a risk is taken. And the problem is now that you're doing it in the final round, this is where it becomes more obvious to be on high alert for those quicker plays where you try and catch a bit of a timing.
What's your opening go?
Well, FUT are playing for a B pop. Right? They've started 4-1 again. It's just Krabeni who needs to be very careful on A. It looks like Brolin will facilitate Spinks with a pick. At least he wanted to.
Yeah, they force out an extra smoke by virtue of the incendiary.
That'll slightly weaken this B defense as the round timer goes on.
But this is a short setup that feels potent, especially when Lonks has baited you in with the jump spot. You're not going to be expecting 2 men waiting on the short and even walking on the short side. Opening kill.
Jimmy again.
Lonks has been very consistent. Spinks, however, will punish the push of Demon.
This is something that if you look at the heat maps of these boys, they do this a lot. So you have to be aware, but it's the slip-in con again. So knowing the demise of Jimmy, this is the second time he's trying to make this play.
Signature move.
But he's going to hear the run back. He's hearing Torji right now.
Okay, that's going to inform the rotation of Cemetery. You will be behind them. Now the question is what can Lonks do if he doesn't have the help?
They're already close.
They're already swinging. Lonks needs assistance ASAP. This would be a hell of a kill. Spinks too quick. Nice opportunity for the trade, but Spinks a beast. How does he flick back into Krabeni? Now it's up to dziugss. If he wants a shout at this round, he has to make this flank count. Oh, nearly lost control of the spray. Does remove Torji. Brolin swings in, and that's that. MOUZ close it down in OT.
The reigning champs will get an opportunity to defend their title here in Cluj.
I wonder for both of these teams how much T-side on Overpass practice might come into play in the next few days.
I mean, that was a one-sided game in that fashion, sure. CT side dominance from both squads.